Woo, I need to get my energy back. That was such a draining conversation.
Yep.
I can't stand listening to them just jibber jabber. I could be watching videos, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about
Okay.
something else entirely. We're here to talk about the thing. I don't think there's much to say in terms of catch up because it's mostly just you went to the place and now you're in the place.
Yes.
And
I had to cut it short last time.
Hmm? What?
We had to cut it short last time.
A cottage shirt?
C-U-G, cut it short.
Yes.
Yes.
You have to cut it short, yes. And now you're being assaulted by a big boy.
Yes.
Whose knee recently jammed to the wall.
Yes.
So what are you doing in all this? He's towering over you.
Mm-hmm.
More than eager to deliver the smackdown.
I'm gonna have to die between the legs and roll out. Or, if that is gonna just proc an attack of opportunity, oops,
Well,
let's switch it around.
there is acrobatics, which lets you tumble.
Mm-hmm.
And if you tumble, you can avoid attack of opportunities.
Well, in that case, I would like to tumble forward and move away from the big
I need
dude.
to look up what the exact
Specifications for that is? Okay.
Yeah, because so far no one's ever tried this. I don't know why. No, but no one ever thinks. Okay, here we go. It is their CMD, which is yeah. Why is that so fucking high? Oh, that's why. Okay. Well, I'm gonna give you a fair chance because you're trying to dive between the legs, and there's only so much this big boy can do. So.
Yes.
Wow, these
Is it
rules fucking
acrobatics or
suck.
CMB?
What?
Do I need to roll or?
Yes, you have to roll acrobatics.
Yeah.
You rolled a nice and tidy 22. You managed to dive between the legs, and you're now behind him, which means he doesn't immediately have a chance to attack you. Also, this thing is slow, so there's only so much you can do anyway.
Yes. Well, speaking of that, since I'm behind him, I would like to I do have an extra reach. Let me check. Let me check something. No, that's the traits. I do have lunge. Increase the reach of your melee attack by 5 feet until the end of your turn by taking a -2 penalty to your AC. So I would be able to move to the edge of his reach and still reach him. He's 2 points away from him, right? So up to
He
here.
has 15 feet reach, so you're not out of reach.
Oh. Am I?
No. This guy's huge.
I'm not. Well, heck. Well. Well. Let's see what we can do here then. Well, he does have his back exposed to me. I should probably attempt using a spell, which would be 1, 2, Shocking Grasp. See what I can do. Can I expend mythical energy to increase the power of that, or does that only work if I have a specific spell?
You
Specific
need to
feat.
specifically learn a mythic version of the spell to use it.
Okay. And disregard that, in which case it's going to be the regular Shocking Grasp.
What mythic spells did you pick?
I did not pick any because I don't have the feats for them yet.
I'm gonna come back to you in a very split second because why do you have mythic spell power then?
Where is it?
You have mythic spell power as one of your path abilities.
In that case, damn it, then I'm an idiot because I've specifically listed in that. In which case, that would be at the very least. Shocking Grasp Mythic. I've put this in there, the augmented version of it. So I suppose I could use the mythic version of it.
Yes.
Yes. If you expect to use mythic power in the free grapple to Zerm, no, I don't need that. I am currently level 9, which means I can do 5d8. Wow. And let me check the feats again because abilities. feats. Intensified spell. Increase the maximum number of damage dice by 5 levels. So it's going to be an extra 1d5.
Let me check this out. Okay.
Mhm.
So he does carry a weapon, so you can't try to disarm him.
Mhm.
Although your chances are minimal because his hand is way up high. But yes, you just do 5d8 then.
5d8.
Wow, that's a really that's very flexible, but kind of useless against certain if you know Shocking Grasp, you're probably not good with combat maneuver checks. That's
In which case,
5d6. So I mean, actually check. Yeah, it's like Jesus. Why did they do that? Why did they do that? That's such a terrible side effect. Oh, that's so bad when you really think about it.
what, the metal armor or what?
No, Shocking Grasp Mythic is terrible. Like all you
Hmm?
get is a tiny damage bonus, and you get this martial flexibility. But you're not. You're a fucking wizard. You're a goddamn
Yeah.
wizard. Why would you want to do a combat maneuver check? Those are difficult enough without being a wizard. Ah. Oh, you get 2 more points per damage per die. Okay, but roll whatever damage you're taking.
So that would be roll. Oh my god. Roll 5d8 plus 1d5.
Yeah.
Plus
No,
1d.
it's 5d8 plus your. No, that's just it. It's 5d8.
It's 5d8, but I have intensified spell, which increases the maximum die by 5. So it's plus 1d5.
9.
Excuse me?
9. Then you can roll 9d8.
Oh, 98 then.
Also, you have plus. You need to make a melee touch attack, and you also have plus 3 to hit because he's carrying metal equipment. Let me actually see if your thing can support that kind of attack. No, it does not. Okay, dead hammer touch.
So
Why doesn't
we'll
it roll touch
roll
attack?
to do this.
Whatever. So I need
How
you to
would I
roll
do
me
that?
I need you to roll me. Do you have weapon finesse?
I should have.
Then roll me your range attack, and then roll me shock and grasp if you make it.
No, wait a moment. Let me double check myself. I don't think I do. Okay, never mind. Disregard that.
Your mages should do okay, sure. Then roll me a melee attack.
Just a melee attack. Okay.
Wait, don't you have? Why do you only have so many feats? Let me see. Okay, yeah, that's.
I have 6 from levels.
You have 5 from levels and 1 combat feat from your thingy. So, and then 2 more
Yeah.
feats as mythic. 1, 2. No, you only have 5. Where's your 6th?
6 fun?
Yes, you get a class one.
In that case, let me just drop on the finesse then. Weapon finesse. That would allow me to use the dex instead of strength.
Not with a longsword.
Sorry again?
Not with a longsword.
I know, but I'm not doing a longsword attack
Fair
right now.
enough. You do know, by the way, that you can use a spell in your sword and hit him with the sword and the spell at the same time.
Yes, because Zyla loves doing that.
Yep.
But I'm doing a more of the, well, at least for now, holding the sword in the left hand and using my right hand for the spells. So let's see. Ow. Okay, that covers the attack. And I need to go back to abilities and feats and add weapon finesse. There you go. And only 98 damage. Heck.
Okay. Well, you make your touch attack, and you just zap the shit out of him. Jesus.
Yep. I slap him on the ass and disintegrate it.
That, by the way, is almost massive damage, which I don't think applies to undead, but if you were dealing with someone alive, they would give him a heart attack, and you might kill him.
What's a massive damage, by the way?
Massive damage is you do 50 damage or more in one single attack. Someone can just outright die because of the shock. They have to make a fort save or die.
Oh, heck.
It's a way to say if you get hit by a big enough hammer, you better be as tough as a nail.
Yep. That's fair enough. That's a mighty bird.
Okay. So he turns around, and he swings his
Yes.
sword at you in the same step, which is not something you can conventionally do because he's a big old slow boy. But since he's doing the same thing in one step, he can pull out my dice. So all you get to hear is the clitter-clatter of the dice. And... oh, wow, I forgot. This is such fucking bullshit when I look at it.
What do you mean?
Well, it's a CR8 monster, but he has like plus 17 BAB. He has plus 29 to hit on a regular attack.
Mhm.
Which basically means he can hit... if you have AC 10, he can only miss on a 1. Which, sure, he's CR8, but Jesus, that's an inflated economy. Point
Yeah.
is, you're going to get smack, sugar smacked by the big sword.
Yes. How badly?
I don't know. How are you going to take... I imagine that you shock and grasp his sword. That's how you deal the blow, because it's all happening at once.
I assume so.
You take another 15 damage.
Oh, dang. Let me reduce that. Now I am sitting at 44. No, wait, I can just type in minus 14. Wait, 15. There we go. I'm such an idiot. I almost gave him 10 free hit points for nothing because I'm bad at math.
You can go for it. How do you intend to tackle this big opponent?
Yeah, well, I do have my attacks, which I assume... was it 2 of them? Yeah.
Yes.
How many hit points does he have left?
A bunch.
Oof.
Like, you took out a good, like, third of him.
Just a third. I'd better come up with something better, because that didn't phase him. Let me check something. Well, remember how I said that I found the pocket sense spell?
Yes.
I would attempt to do so.
What spell are you using?
Color spray.
Doesn't affect zombies.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Let me just double check, but I'm pretty sure that that's mind affecting.
It might be.
Yeah, it's mind affecting. It doesn't affect undead.
Okay, fair enough.
Also, it barely does anything to most creatures that are over 5 HD.
Yeah, but it stuns them for 1 round, which means they'll be able to move away for 1 round.
Don't forget that you do have your extra amazing initiative for extra turns.
Yeah, that sounds like a reasonable place to do so.
Get creative with your actions. Get fast and loose.
Fast and loose, yeah. Oh, quick question. Just to clarify, I might have done the whole attack thing wrong, because it does increase by 5 levels, but I need to actually have sufficient caster levels to surpass the maximum. So I would not be able to do the whole 96.
What?
Intensified spell. An intensified spell increases the maximum number of damage dice by 5 levels.
Yes.
But you must actually have sufficient caster levels to surpass the maximum in order
Yes.
to benefit. So I was casting a level 2 spell, which means I need access to level 7 spells in order to do so, which I would not be able to do. Does it work like that, or is it just the character level?
Come on.
What?
I'm going to ask you to realize the difference between caster level, spell level. Intensified spell only increases the spell level by 1. So level 2 spell becomes a level 3 spell, or uses a level 3 slot.
Oh.
Your caster level generally affects how many dice you roll.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I want you to look at the page. It says level increase. It uses a
Plus
spell
1.
slot of 1 level higher.
Yeah, so it uses level 2 spell slot.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the point. So yes, you can do the 9 damage thing.
Okay. Well, it did 1/3. I assume I can attempt to do that 2 more times with the amazing initiative. And I will be able to channel that into the sword and smack him with a sword as well. So I would need to cast this thing twice, and I need to attack him twice to actually hit him. Heck.
Let me check out how Mage's spell strike works and see if you can actually do the thing that I'm thinking of, because I'm pretty sure you can do a touch attack spell as part of a regular attack and then do a 4-round attack.
Please do. I'm sorry, I'm new to this. Meh.
No, okay. So what you can do, if you want to get real
Mhm.
fancy, is you can do one standard action to do your spell attack.
Right.
Do a sword attack with a spell, and then use your amazing initiative to get another standard action, and then use that for a 4-round action to attack twice with your sword regularly.
So
however
that
you
would
want it.
be, it's going to be a sword attack plus a spell, and then 2 sword attacks extra.
Yes.
Okay, well, that will be fair enough. That'll be, where's my sword? Smack him once. And then channel the spell into that. Which I assume if I sacrifice the second level slot, I can do the 96 again.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be 96. And then use my amazing initiative to attack him twice again with a sword.
Iterative attacks, baby.
Smack.
Well, you hit him for let's just say you hit him for enough damage that he's gonna have to make a. Actually, I don't think they are subject to massive damage.
Oh, so it doesn't have to be in one
It has to be in one attack.
Does this count as one attack?
No.
There you go. Then he doesn't need to roll that.
Yeah, but I don't think they're also resistant to it because they're resistant to things that require fort saves.
Okay.
But despite all that, you take a big old chunk out of his hit points, and he starts to look kind of shambly. So instead of actually attacking you, he's just gonna walk on forward, and he's going to fall right on top of you. Roll me a reflex check.
Holy crap.
You dodge out of the way as his body is on the floor next to you. You would have been flat
Oh, no.
if that had hit you.
Oh, no. Yeah. I mean, I barely dodged the knee. Imagine the rest of him falling.
Heh.
Good lord. However, this bird still got it. Yeah, and I flex like tiny, like, stick arms because he's a bird. Whew. That necromancer is an asshole. But at the very least, he wasn't sending these monsters down to the village, was he?
Nope.
Just some runaways, I suppose. I'm gonna walk over here and poke the dead dude in the corner. Also, he's giant.
He's pretty tall. But other than that, he's just a body for the most part.
For the most part? Is there any particular things that stand out?
Well, he has like some weird metal, like he has like prosthetic fingers and such. And a peg leg.
Heck. And a peg leg. Okay,
You've
Mr.
also never
Pirate.
seen this guy before, so he's not from the village.
Huh. Well, I would imagine I haven't seen others before either. But at the very least, does this corpse look like fresh?
Pretty fresh.
So I guess we're not the only.
It's also pretty muscled.
Well,
like it's someone you'd expect to find in a necromancer's lair.
Does he look like undead?
No.
Well, not yet, anyway. I'm not sure how I feel about pirates. Well, time to go and skitter to this door and try to open that.
The door is locked. You see a bunch of runes on it. Unlike the other doors, which had like burnt out runes, these are very much active.
Mm-hmm. Do I recognize the runes in any way?
Roll
Are
me
they
spellcraft to see if you can identify their purpose.
familiar? Yes. Well, I'm gonna.
You recognize that these particular runes are they are basically inscribed words of power. Um, Imagine making a scroll, but like writing a word of power directly into it. That's kind of
Mhm.
what this is. Is the whole thing is a magic doodad.
Heck.
The door itself is made out of very strong-looking wood.
Hmm. Do I recognize what the words do?
Well, it holds the door in place by the looks of it.
Hmm. Is there any sort of like a keyword combination that will open it?
Not that you know. You don't have that much experience with words of power. You know that it's a type of magic that exists.
Hmm. Well, that has kind of. Assuming I cannot open this particular door, then the only thing that I can do would be the gas room. But that's scary.
Sure.
So I don't know the words of power. I'm not familiar with this type of magic.
Oh,
So I'll not be able to open this
oh,
door on my own
oops.
just yet. Yep. That was scary. Hmm. Well, that's a shame.
I mean, it's just a wooden door. That shouldn't be a problem for
Yep.
you.
Well, technically, but it's got runes. What if it has some sort of trap in it?
Who knows?
Yeah, well, I have one use of a fireball left, so I might attempt to do that. Let me see if I have anything a little bit weaker that I can use. Am I able to force this door open, by the way? Somehow.
With what?
I have a limb jack.
You can give it a go with a strength check.
Okay, well, now I'm going to try to punch into it. And that would be the strength check then. And I just kind of, yeah, it does not budge.
That's not enough to break open a conventional door now. However,
Not
I'll
even a
let you.
magical one.
It takes you a bit of work, but by this point, you know, you're making noise, or at least you think you're making noise.
Well, yeah, I'm
Which is
rattling the door.
well, the door doesn't rattle. It stays like in place as the spell is intended to do.
Hmm.
It's like you're trying to move an immovable object and
Yeah,
wrench it out of its hole.
yes.
And eventually it does like pop out of its socket and it just flies across the room. And you are left
What?
in the room.
What? How did that happen?
Well, at some point the spell's got to budge. And you have a limb
Huh.
jack. Your arm feels very numb though.
Yeah. I
Probably
can imagine that the limb jack probably doesn't really feel much.
the limb jack it feels something. It's like specialized magics. But
Ah.
it does like you can feel it, like the magic channeling through it.
Hmm. Well, I guess
However,
it's
since
like
you've
an
made such a
electricity.
rude entree,
Yeah.
the guy on the other side already has a plan.
Oh no.
The first thing you notice as you step into the room.
Yeah.
Let me just pull this one up. Is that out of the ground sprouts a swirling mass of tentacles.
Oh no.
Covering a large area, this particular mass is oh wow, it is the map layer. Is covering the area and slapping around each other and trying to grab onto you.
I would like to attempt to use my acrobatics to jump out of it, or attempt to. How does the transformation work again? Does it require like a certain time, or is it instantaneous?
What transformation?
The birdie bird, the raven form.
The raven form. It should mention it on the feet.
Should mention it. Once per day, granting you ability. Right. Functions as the spell. Okay, how does... One standard action, and lasts 1 minute per level. So, no, that would not be applicable in this kind of situation. I need to make like a tree and leaf. In which case, I'm going to tap the acrobatics to jump out of the range of us inside the laboratory. Or the library, I suppose.
Acrobatics, please.
Yes.
Okay, where do you want to move?
I would like to move over here.
Then you are now over there, out of reach of the tentacles.
Yes.
However,
I would like to inform the mage, as he's doing whatever, that I am not here to kill him unless he makes that the only option. I mean, I just killed his guardian. I just went through this entire gauntlet. I'm no worse for wear. And I'm here to talk. So maybe he would consider not attacking. For the time being.
roll me a will save.
Heck. My lowest one. Yeah.
Which is funky because you're a spellcaster.
Yeah. Shouldn't be like that.
What is it?
Yeah, it is.
Why does it call that willpower? Really? Yeah, it do. You feel oddly compelled to listen to him as he leans in and finds it remarkably undesirable. Yeah, so. They send someone up to take care of me. Finally on to my little schemes? Oh, well.
I'm here to talk.
Oh, you're not here to talk. You agree with him.
I'm just here to stop the whatever...
No, you're here to kill the elder of the village and scare off all those fools. They're no match for you.
Wait, what?
You are inclined to follow.
I am, but... What? Why would I be here and not in the village?
Because you were just about to leave.
Oh, yeah.
Now go take care of them. Just throw a few fireballs from up here. It'll be done in a second.
Yeah, but I'm actually all out of slots, so I would have to rest a while.
Well then.
Would you like some tea?
They just walk away. Just watch my desk for a second.
Oh. Okay then. Fair enough.
So
I just kind of plop my ass into the chair.
What a great place for you to sit.
Yeah.
You suddenly notice that the whole place is lit on fire. You heard like a spell being cast, and now there's fire all over the place. And the door being locked.
Oh my god. This you'd better use that "this is fine" picture. Where's this? Here you go. Here. You'd put this as an instruction thingy. Oh, instruction thingy as a thumbnail for the video.
There's no fire!
Oh, wait. Yes. How? What? Why is there no fire? This is silly. I looked for it and it's like there's nothing wrong with it.
Oh my god, you looked just...
Yes, that's how it looks for my character. It looks fine, but yet in reality, it's this.
I know what it's supposed to be.
How did I not notice? I guess the necromancer magic was so great.
However, the charm is now broken because a hostile action has been taken towards you by them, but you're still stuck in a burning room.
What about the tentacles?
They're gone.
Ooh.
You also notice that he took like a lot of books with him.
Can I grab?
Oh wait, the door can't be locked because he locked the door out of it. He probably locked another door then, because I forgot.
Yeah, because
actually
I
knocked the door out of its hinges.
Yes.
Or whatever hinges it had.
Oh, at the very least, this thing is on fire. Well, let me see if I can actually extinguish it.
How?
And be all cool about it. through the application of an ice spell, for example.
You would need a pretty wide area spell to cover the bookcases.
Let me check. A melee touch attack deals 1d6 points of non-lethal cold damage. So I can cool a beer, but I cannot cool the entire room.
If it was just one book, you'd be fine.
Well, since I'm sitting at the desk, I'm gonna grab whatever's valuable on it and just dart it to the door.
Oh, he's taking like anything that's important with him.
Oh no. Well, I'm gonna have to steal it from him. The bastard. Eh.
You run outside at the
Is
greatest
the
of
door
speed.
locked?
Luckily,
Oh, I quit the whole thing?
I presume you do, because
Okay.
because you can't like find him.
Crap.
As you reach the exit, you see him in the distance on the path, walking down towards the village. There's like smoke coming out of the place now, out of the cave you just exited.
Well, since the spell is broken, I'm gonna do the transformation, and I'm gonna try to tackle him. I am a giant bird, and I'm gonna grab him. I'm gonna grab him. That would do. I'm sorry. Ah, my nose.
I'm going to need your combat maneuver, your CMB attack for that one.
CMB, yes.
Yep, you actually managed to grab onto him.
I'm gonna lift him up as high as I can fly.
Oh, heck.
Because I'm now grabbing him by the shoulders, and now I'm gonna terrorize the bastard.
He's surprisingly not impressed by this feat.
Well, of course he's not impressed. He's probably aware of my abilities. He doesn't look stupid.
Oh no, it's not like he's just like not terrorized by being pulled up into the sky.
Not impressed as meaning he is affected?
Nope. I mean, not impressed in the sense that he turns into a cloud of gas and is relieved from your grasp.
Oh no! Does this mean that he drops whatever he was carrying?
Nope. Everything dematerialized with him.
Damn it! Ooh!
Roll me a fort save.
Is this a flammable? Yeah, fortitude save. There you go.
You avoid becoming nauseous as you fly into a foul-smelling cloud that's right in front of you.
Blech. Well, I'm gonna detonate a freaking fireball in the middle of it.
It doesn't mention if the cloud is flammable, so...
It doesn't mention if the cloud is flammable, but it's gonna disperse him over a large area. And that would be actually my last third level spell for today.
Doesn't actually specify what happens if you try to disperse them. Okay, so you're gonna try and disperse him with a giant explosion.
Yes, I'm gonna try to focus on exploding the fireball in the middle of the cloud.
How can you cast somatic components when you have only wings? You don't have hands.
I have legs, which are pretty articulate, you know, for birds, because they can grab things with
Roll
them.
me a caster level check.
Caster level check. How would I do that? Because I don't
Go to spells,
do that often.
and then there's a caster level check button right there.
Click.
Okay, you managed to cast the spell.
Yes, with my leg.
Look your leggy.
Yes. And I cast a freaking fireball in the middle of him. Caca, motherfucker. Actually, I'm gonna use the mythic power for this.
What happens?
Scroll. Augmented 6. If you expend 2 uses of mythic power, the maximum damage increases. But what are the limitations of this? Oh, 6th level spell. I don't have the 6th level spell.
What?
Disregard that.
No,
the
it means
augmented...
you need to be tier 6.
But I'm not tier 6 because I'm tier 4.
You don't...
Yes. I cannot do this then. Not yet.
Go.
And it's just the regular fireball.
Komo.
What?
For God's sake, augmented is... Listen. You can
Okay.
still know the mythic version, and you can get the increase to D10s.
Yes.
It's just that augmented is only for that little bit. You need to be You need to be tier 6. So you
Okay.
can do what you want to do and increase it to this big explosion thing.
Okay, let's do that.
90 to 10 then, please.
90-10. Good lord. 90-10.
Oh, heck. That's
That
pretty
wasn't very
crummy for a
strong.
90-10, actually.
Yeah.
Your fireball hits him, and the cloud doesn't disperse. It just sticks together. It's pretty strong magic.
Heck.
He decides to retaliate with a spell of his own.
Oh no.
What kind
I
of
hope
spell
it's
can
not
he
lightning.
cast? What?
I hope it's not lightning because I'm the only bird around is going to strike me. Because electricity attracts to stuff.
He's going to shoot a lightning bolt at you, I'm afraid.
Oh,
Which is a nice handful of 76.
damn it.
Okay. So that's 5, 5, 10, 13, 14, 16 as a lightning bolt jams into you. Reflex save for half, please.
Reflex save for half. Reflex done.
You take half damage.
So that
Lightning
would be
bolt
7?
scrapes across your wing, but it's not enough to actually hurt you. So 6, so 8, yes.
8 or 6 or
It
7?
was 16, so it'll be 8.
So the 8, yes. Where are my hit points? -8, that's going to be 46. Good freaking lord. Well, it's going to be a magic battle then, huh?
Yes.
I am going to cast the mirror image. And it's going to be a murder of crows.
There's
Click.
just a whole lot of big old crows flying around.
Yeah, let me check. The number of illusory doubles, yes. How many of them? 1d4 images plus 1 image per free caster levels, which means at the very least is going to be 4. At the very max is going to be 7. So roll 1d4 plus 3. It's exactly 4 because I rolled a 1. So there's now 5 crows flying around this dude.
He has a way around this kind of stuff, you know.
I know.
What kind
Still.
of metamagics does he know? Oh, that's a nice one. He's going
Is
to
he going
shoot
to do
you.
the same?
Oh, he's going to shoot you with something very nice. He's going to shoot you with a maximized magic missile.
Heck.
You know how much damage? That's 20 damage, by the way. Of
I
like
know.
missiles pelting into you, ignoring the mirror images.
So he's clever. Okay.
Indeed he is. It's your
I
turn
am.
as the cloud sort of temporarily turned into a human shape for that spell casting.
Yeah. So that's 20 damage. That now I am down to 26. Oof. I am on my last leg here. In which case, I would like to use... Once again, how much does this thing do? I probably wouldn't be able to do it anyway. 1 second. Oh, where's this thing? Abilities. Hasted Assault. As a swift action, I'm going to apply haste to myself from my arcane pool, which means I get 3 attacks, which means I can use 3 spells, I would imagine. Is that correct?
Those are attacks, melee attacks, or ranged attacks, but not actions, which means they are not spells.
Not actions. Okay, well, in that case, disregard it because, yeah. How would I get out of this? Let's see.
Oh, gaseous form does not make them a cloud of smoke. It makes them a form of smoke.
Form of smoke, yeah. I suppose I could use spell recall. I can recall any single magus spell that he has already prepared and cast that day back, spending a number of points per arcane pool equal to a spell's level, which means I my arcane pool is 11, I think. And I've already used 2 today, which means I'm at 9. Which means I can cast a fireball again, despite the fact that I don't have any spells.
Let me actually check. What is your arcane pool? Arcane pool is your half your level plus your intelligence modifiers. Yes, 11 is believable.
Yes, so I'm sitting at 9, so at the very least until I die I can cast it 3 more times.
Okay.
In which case, I'm going to attempt to do the Mythic Power Fireball in the middle of him, because that actually did some damage last time.
Roll me your 9810 then.
Yes. All right. 98. No, not 9010. There we go. That was even worse than before.
However, the gas cloud does, like, suddenly cease to exist. And
What?
all of his equipment turns into physical form and starts falling to the ground.
What? Is he dead?
You don't know.
Can I tell if he's dead?
He's not there anymore. That's much you know.
After the explosion or like before I
If
even
he's still
attacked
alive,
him?
he's nude. Let me put it like that.
Well, I mean that is a preferable way to escape. Escape death at the very least. Man, this dude is he's good.
Or dead. I mean.
Or dead, or naked and in the forest somewhere. I'm gonna try and catch whatever's falling down.
There's a bunch of books,
So it doesn't break.
some armor.
Just the books. I don't want them to fall into the swamp or something.
Okay, you managed to catch some books. The rest of the stuff just slams into the ground.
Damn.
But yes, you now have his books. They're pretty dry books. They're not very necromantic books either.
Not very necromantic.
Yeah, they're...
Also, since I'm injured so much, I just do this as I land. Yeah, there you go.
Ah!
Yes, I just yell.
Okay, you're on the ground. You have the books. The books are very boring and dry stuff about ley lines. His little spell book is filled with a couple of spells, but probably more importantly, is filled with all kinds of magical notes.
Is there anything that I can discern from that? Maybe he was keeping like a diary.
Oh, you can't tell what the hell he's writing about in the glance. This would take like a couple of weeks of research with the proper reference materials which you have to figure anything out.
Damn. Well, I'm gonna grab the valuables at the very least, and or whatever looked important, in case he's alive and in case he's gonna come back naked.
Okay, well you have his valuables have shattered on the ground, like gemstones, metal armor, completely deformed.
Yeah.
Potion bottles are scattered on the floor. It's a mess.
They didn't break from the fall?
They
Is
broke.
it like soft ground?
That's why they're scattered in shards.
Oh, wow.
Even the gold coins are like you're gonna have to find someone who just wants the gold.
Yeah, because they're all bent and crushed.
Even the
Heck, how far up in the air were we?
Pretty far up. Like he flew outwards, and since his base was near cliff face, it's very high up. The only thing that survived is a scroll of a dimension door.
Oh, I suppose that's what he used then.
Well, considering the scroll's still here, not really.
Maybe he had a second copy.
Who knows?
Who knows? Well, that should be an interesting one. Does this thing basically allow me to like cross great distances?
I think dimension. Let me check out dimension door.
Go ahead.
Dimension door has a range of long you untouched objects or other grilling creatures. You can instantly transfer yourself to any location you can see, within 400 plus 40 feet per level.
400 plus 40 feet, which means I'm level 9, which means...
You actually have a little part on your spell casting where it tells you your ranges. Your long range is 760 feet.
Holy crap, where's that? Oh yeah, I can see it now. 760 feet. So I will be able to do a leap of faith. A
One
jump
tiny
for
problem.
760 meters.
You
Yes?
cannot cast the spell. So even if you were to take it into your spellbook, you cannot use it yet because it's a 4th level spell.
But, yes,
You
I know,
can use
but
the
will
scroll,
it?
but then you can't
Yes,
learn the
exactly.
spell.
Yes. That's fair enough. But 760 feet jump. Nice. Okay, well, this guy was clearly beyond my power. Or at the very least comparable. Damn, but at least the problem is now, yeah. Damn. Well, the loot still is in there, so, I mean, if these guys are going to go and loot it, then they're welcome to it.
All right.
But I did get an action figure out of it, made out of green adamantine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to keep it on my shelf. Okay, well, then I'm going to fly back to the village, just glide down from the hill.
You arrive back at the village. A
Yeah.
lot of people went outside to look because you were causing a whole bunch of ruckus up there.
Yeah, well, I mean, can you imagine a giant bird? How big exactly is this thing? Let me check real quick. Beast shape
Large.
2. Large. Personal U. Beast shape 2. The form of a tiny or large creature. So I was a
I think
large
horses are large in size, so
horse-sized bird. Good
larger,
lord.
presumably, but yes.
Yes. A bird that is the size of the horse. Would you fight a horse-sized duck or a duck-sized horse? Remember that question? Well, I am a horse-sized duck, apparently.
Point is, you've
Yes.
defeated him.
Yes,
You're with his book, and the elder kind of looks at you and wonders what exactly the situation is now.
well, the place is burning. There's some loot in there. If anyone wants to go there, I probably won't myself, because I'm just done with this place. The laboratory has burnt, as far as I can tell, to the ground. So he tried to grab the books and make a run for it. He also tried to persuade me to actually kill all of you, which I somehow managed to get out of because I've ran out of magic that would kill you. And here his stuff. If you have anyone who can help me
Oh, there's
discover
no
whatever
one
the
in this
hell is
village
it.
who has any more like knowledge on magic than you do, so you're on your own, kid.
Oh, kid. Well, I'm not a kid. Bleh.
But you are on your own.
I know. I'm not a kid anymore. My eyes are no longer blue. Baby crows have blue eyes, and then when they become adult, they go brown.
That's neat.
Yeah, it's like the telltale way to see how old the crow is to look at the eyes.
Cool.
So, yeah.
No
There
longer
shouldn't
baby
be any
Groot.
more zombies because I've killed the big ones and the rest of it burned down.
Well, the cave isn't going to burn down, and the zombies aren't
Well, the
affected
cave
by
is not.
smoke.
It's just the library is going to burn down and whatever he lit on fire.
Yep. Well, the elder gives you a bit of a foul look because you set the whole fucking mountain on fire by the looks of it, even though it's just the one part of the cave. But hey, you did what you were supposed to do.
Yes, but he didn't tell me not to set the mountain on fire.
And he sighs, and he just goes, you adventuring types. Just, he's done. He just walks off.
Well, rude, but did he at least say thank you?
Nope.
Bleh. Whatever, lizards. See you later, alligator. Hey, I'm smelly too. First of all, I've dabbed with like piles of corpses and zombies, and then I got burnt and sizzled by lightning. So I probably smell like a bunch of burnt feathers. Feathers. So I'm gonna go into my little room and I'm gonna put the statue action figure on the nightstand or whatever approximates around it. Just kind of fall face first into the bed and take a good long rest.
Okay, well, if you take a long rest, you get all your HP back because you got recuperated
Yes.
for being third tier
Yes.
mythic.
Yes. I'm just gonna snooze.
So you feel all better by the end of it.
Yes, I pop out with a funky sound like a full hit points. Let
And
me.
as you wake up,
Yeah, 100 hit points now. I'm the Doom protagonist. I have 100 hit points.
yes. So you wake up. It's an ordinary day. There's some talk about the whole thing happening up there. Presumably by now someone's gone up and tried to loot the place because the fire died out pretty fast. It choked itself out.
Yeah. What did they find?
Oh, they found like some books were salvageable, but for the most part they just found random crap. Like
Yeah.
anything magical he had with him and smashed on the ground.
Oh, did the zombies disappear now that this dude is dead? Or
They didn't
out
report
of
any
range?
zombies.
Okay, well, maybe they've escaped or something.
Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah, well, the loot is theirs. They deserve it. I mean, at the very least, they can sponsor the local economy, at least a little bit. I mean, they will probably give the books to me or something, because I don't know if they're interested in magical stuff.
Oh, they're probably just gonna sell them. They have no need for those things.
Well, I'll be willing to buy them, assuming they found something interesting.
They found more of the same books. Like they're all reference materials and
Hmm.
pieces on ley lines.
What exactly are ley lines?
Places where magic. It's essentially a place of great magical power, but it's also
Hmm.
somewhat chaotic magical power. Ley lines are streams of particularly dense magic. They're sort of like magical rivers that exist in an ethereal plane.
But they intersect with the real world somehow, right?
It's essentially a place where magic is stronger than usual. That's the main effect people get out of it.
I see. Was this his laboratory built in one such
No,
place?
no.
Where is the nearest one from us?
The nearest ley line is actually believed to be in Tasco.
Tesco on the little island?
No, Tasto, the little village right nearby.
Yeah, that's what I said. On the little island, right here.
In the forests, yes.
Okay.
That's a forest, not a swamp. Not a lake.
Oh, I thought it was like a lake or something. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I can see the tree trunks. Yeah, I'm a dumbass. Disregard that. There's a little clearing out there. What is that?
Just a little clearing.
Hmm. Hmm. Should probably visit in case
So
there
yeah,
are any
those
weird
poles,
circles
by
of
the way, are
mushrooms.
built on the ley lines. Those where swirly cones are built where ley lines are found, and they're used
Oh?
for a teleportation network of sorts.
Huh. That is peculiar. Does anyone actually use them?
Yeah, people with magical powers, and sometimes there's like a wizard on staff who like helps you for a nominal fee.
Hmm. So they can use those to teleport around. Okay. Hmm. Well, I would like to spend the day trying to decipher his notes.
Okie doke. You spend the day trying to decipher his notes. Roll me a lingu. Roll me. Okay, I'm gonna need a couple of checks out of this one actually. I'm going to need spellcraft, arcana, and linguistics.
All three of them.
Yes.
Good. Let's see.
And I'm also going to need a single intelligence check to see if you can put the A and B together.
Okay. Knowledge Arcana. Spellcraft. What was the third one?
Linguistics.
Linguistics. Click. And an intelligence check. Ugh.
Well, you're able to put a couple of big pieces together. You're able to decipher his terrible handwriting, which is downright dreadful. But other than that,
Is it Russian doctor handwriting?
I don't even know what that looks like.
I'm gonna show you in a second.
But the point is, you were able to put together that clearly he was doing research into ley lines, and more specifically, the explosive properties of a ley line.
Oh?
Like, you look through many formulas, and the best you can get out of this is that if you were to approximate and sort of like carry the line through, you'd get some sort of very explosive result. Could set off a chain reaction, in fact, if done properly.
So that would devastate the whole... How big would be the explosives? Explosions?
Depending on how strong the ley line crossing is, anywhere from a couple of blocks to a metropolis.
Damn. On the off chance that this dude is alive, yeah. Are there any notes of the particular ones? Maybe he took note of any specific points?
It actually mentions the one near Urheath, the big city.
Right, Heath.
You
Let
can't
me
quite
roll out
make out the handwriting, though.
Yeah,
It
let me
mentions something about
roll
having
out
to
the map.
adjust it.
Heath. I don't actually notice any of those on the map. I guess it's hidden somewhere.
It's
Oh,
the
wait,
big
there's one.
city.
No, I know where the city is. I couldn't spot the spike, but now I see the spike.
It's
Yeah.
right outside the town.
Yep. Damn. Well, good thing I don't leave close enough for them to destroy my house, I suppose. But at the very least, I need to go and warn the people. Although the one at Blawick, that one's probably going to blow up like crazy.
Who knows? I mean, the ley line isn't like part of the design, so who knows how big it's
Yeah.
gonna blow.
Yep. Well, in which case, I should at the very least investigate and warn the authorities that there's a person who tries to blow this shit up.
Why the fuck do they write like this? What?
That's the cursive. That's the Russian cursive.
That's terrible.
I know.
That is that is worse than trying to read binary.
I know. Here's how the proper one looks. This is the cursive that I write in.
That's
But then there are
readable.
doctors. Yeah, it's readable. But then there's the doctors who just do the ridiculously stupid stuff. Well, if you kind of angle the thing, then it becomes a little bit more readable. See?
Oh wow, that actually helps a lot.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, if you're not very careful, only the writer himself can probably read this.
This is why we gotta get rid of cursive, man. It's such a shit way of writing shit.
But I love cursive.
Yeah, but nowadays everyone's on their computers, and computers don't use cursive, so everyone doesn't get the experience
Unless
they
they
need to.
use a funky font. I don't know. I kind of praise myself, not praise, pride myself on being able to write in cursive in several languages when pretty much nobody does that anymore.
Yep. Anyway,
Yes,
the notes
I
mention
gotta
Urheath.
warn them.
You gotta
I
warn
gotta
them.
warn them. Yes.
Yep.
What if everyone's gonna die?
Sure enough.
Explosions.
So how are you gonna undertake this expedition?
Expedition. Well, do I live with anyone in this particular house, or is it just like one person thing?
That's not up to me to decide.
Well, let's say, well, probably not like a roommate or something. Somebody lives close nearby. I'm just gonna say, you can use this house. Just don't break anything and look after my flowers. Just water the flowers 2 times a day with preferably not from the gutter. But yeah, I'm gonna leave like a few gold pieces for them for their trouble.
How nice of you.
Well, yeah, I mean, good neighbors.
Sure. Point is, you're just gonna set off into the wilderness.
Well, I wouldn't set off into the wilderness considering it can fly, but yes.
Okay. How are you gonna fly?
I would probably head to Testo, take a rest there, ask for news, warn them about the thing, just in a way that won't make them just, pitchforks and torches it, so they don't just destroy it, and then
Well,
use
destroying the
it
pillar
to.
wouldn't get rid of the ley lines.
I see. Okay, fair enough. And then I would use it to teleport to Arheath, Arheath,
Urheath.
Arheath, Urheath,
Ur.
to Urheath, and try to persuade the authorities that there was a necromancer, and he had notes on this. And
Okay.
you'd better try to prevent this.
Naturally. Naturally.
He can't be the only person who knows about this or who has attempted that.
What? He can't be, or he can be.
Was he the only person who researched the explosive capabilities of these things? He can't be the only person.
Well,
Probably
considering he
somebody else
doesn't have
did
any
this
books
before.
on it and he was writing notes, he might. You don't know, but he couldn't find any sources at least.
Fair
Or maybe
enough.
those books are still inside, burnt to a crisp.
Yeah, we'll never know the truth. He'd try to both kill me and destroy the evidence, so there's that. Well, in which case I'm heading out to Testo
Yup.
with my action figure, because it's awesome. Is there, like, do you have any idea on what in particular it depicts? Because it's just a little statue or something. But,
What?
well, what exactly is the statue depicting? Or whom?
What statue?
The statue that I picked up in the necromancer's
I don't
lair that
know.
I'm taking with me.
How about you fill something in? Let's just say
Mm,
it's a small adamantine statue of like a
yeah,
human warrior. It's a very bland one. It could be any hero really. Like there's no name inscribed upon it. It's kind of weird.
nice. I'm gonna start a collection from now on.
Odds are whoever made this would be like, yeah, it's that guy. You know that guy.
That guy- that guy. Nobody knows his name. He's literally referred in all the documents as that guy. All right, well, heading off to Tasto.
Mm-hmm.
Do they know me?
Do people at Tasto might have like? Do you go out to Tasto often, or did you only go by?
Sometimes.
Okay,
Well,
then.
on occasion to pick up some food because I probably don't really eat lizard folk food.
Well, in that case, you probably know some of the people at Tasto, yes, and they know you.
Yeah. First and foremost, I'm gonna ask them if they saw the smoke coming from the mountain
It's
and
like
what
way
exactly.
far away. They didn't see much. They also don't look out
Okay.
for it.
Cool. Well, in which case, I'm gonna ask them if anyone in particular has passed through without clothes or something like that, and I would also give them a rough description of the necromancer because I've actually seen him, and I would imagine with my perfect bird memory, I have remembered his face because crows remember people's faces.
I know they do.
Yes. Did they see the guy that I described?
Nope. I mean, they might have
Fair
seen him when
enough.
he came in, but that was years ago. They don't care.
Well, I meant recently.
Oh,
Okay, that's fair enough. Well, I don't suppose I actually need too many supplies for this.
if we're just gonna warn them.
Yeah, let's head out to the Heath. Heath. Oh my God, that's a mouthful. Oh, probably only the locals can pronounce it properly.
Earth.
Earth,
Earth. They all pronounce it differently.
Heath, Heath.
It's
Yeah.
such a mouthful. So yes,
Yeah.
you're gonna take the teleport pillar over there.
Yes.
That'll be
Do I know how
fifth.
to use them?
No, you don't know how to use them. It's a tight-kept
Uh,
secret.
would I be able to actually use it?
For some money.
Oh, so they would actually open it for
The
me.
local wizard would give you a pat in the ass and send you on your way.
Okay. Pervert, but okay, not illegal.
Yep. So you arrive near Urheath.
Yes. I
You feel
zoop
very out
out
of place
in
as you see all the
fields.
human commotion and traffic around you.
Yeah.
There's just carriages and lots of carriages and stuff and people.
Yeah, and I stand out.
There's more
A whole
arrivals
bunch.
around you.
Yeah.
Some guy nudges you to just get off the platform and move along.
Yeah, sure. Jeez, whatever. I'm new. At least they're not making Polly jokes.
Polly jokes.
My name is not Polly, but yes, I do want to crack her.
You are standing outside of Reef. There's a lot of commotion around. There's like small markets outside the city for people that want to evade taxes. What are you gonna do? Komo? You just thinking?
Savvy,
Yes.
are you there?
Yes.
My internet dropped for a moment. The last thing I said that I would like to attempt to head into to follow the crowds and head into the city, but I would also like to try to see any sort of seat of power or local authority to talk to them.
Well, there's the guards that are standing next to the gate.
Yes, but the guards probably don't really give a crap.
Well, that's true. So then who do you want to talk to?
Something like probably the head of the guard, the local captain,
They're probably in the
or the local mages.
big, fort castle-like structure off on the hill.
Yeah, well, in which case I'm going to say, is it possible for me to visit the captain of the guard or
Under
anyone?
what business?
Let's see. Under the business of did he have any particular name for the exploding stuff?
No.
On the business of the local crossings, line crossings.
Ooh, he kind of goes, "Oh, that's wizard talk. You probably want to talk to the wizard then.
Well, if you could point me towards his way, that would be great.
He's in the castle, of course.
Okay. Will I be able to get passage into that castle?
Just ask the guards at the gate to get the head wizard to come out. He's not that busy usually."
Okay, that's fair enough. Thank you.
You head out, and it's such a busy city around here. Like you've been in Midbury so long that you've forgotten how busy cities can get. It reminds you of the old adventuring days when you had to go through these places quite common and frequently.
I feel very uncomfortable
Why?
because there's so many people around me.
They're all human. There's a lot of human population around here.
Yes, and I'm like the only bird.
Indeed. So eventually, after walking through the crowds and avoiding pickpockets, none of whom really have the courage to go after you because you exude that heroic aura.
And plus, I can peck their eyes out.
That too. It's very difficult to pickpocket someone who like stands out like that. You eventually arrive at the gates leading up to the castle. The guards are much better equipped than the ones you saw previously. Like these guys probably have magical equipment of some sorts.
Yeah.
And they hold up their hand and say, "Stop. Your business."
My business is that I would like to meet the head mage for I have news about the lines. What was the full name of that? I'm gonna put this
They're
down
called
just in
ley
case.
lines.
Ley line, as in L-A-Y, right?
L-E-Y.
L-E-Y. Oh, ley. Okay. Ley lines. Yes. I got the business about on the ley lines. I would like to speak to the head mage about them.
So, one of the guards kind of leans in on one of the towers, talking to someone inside, and you wait a couple of minutes. It doesn't take too long before the head wizard comes floating down from up above.
This dude is so extra.
Ley lines, was it?
Yes.
Interesting. What was this about ley lines?
A necromancer from the settlement to the west of here was doing research into more explosive applications of the ley lines.
Oh, How about you come inside and we talk about this in my office?
Okay. Should we use the stairs or can
He
we
grabs
just
you,
kind of...
and you're suddenly in his office.
Wow.
Now, let's see about these ley lines, as you call them.
As I call them, I would imagine that was the name that you used all the time anyway.
Yes. Details.
Details. Can I switch into the similar mode as him? Or is he just gonna try to do this, like... Is he gonna take it as mockery?
I don't know, man. He's the court wizard. He's got a position of power.
Yeah, well... Well... Let's see what we can do. I'm gonna take out the book out of the bag. I'm gonna put it on the table and open the relevant pages where I have underlined the proper bits that mention the research that the necromancer has been doing on this.
Okay. He takes a quick glance at some of the relevant bits, and okay. He starts scratching. He goes, oh, yes. Very important, very dangerous work. Very dangerous, very. Now, So what did you know again? It's very serious business.
It is very serious business. The local community asked me to deal with a necromancer, and I have discovered this in his lair. I have reasons to believe that he's still alive and at large. So...
Yes. Must take care of that as soon as possible before it starts to escalate. I think I know a way I can help.
You do.
I can send you to a special place where you can get some assistance.
Specify special place.
Well, in the matter as this, we must employ the full power of the mages guild. And
that is
check the
fair
libraries
enough.
And such, and make sure everything goes all right.
That is fair enough. So you're escalating the issue
Well, of course,
to the
it
team.
sounds like very serious business. I mean, load the notes, check out. They look very serious, yes.
Is he pulling my leg?
In what way?
He seems to not be taking me seriously, but that might just be me. I mean, he's talking to a giant bird.
Oh, shush. He kind of fiddles with his fingers. Everything. So, I have a way we can accelerate the process a bit to get you to the Mages Guild if you just step over here.
Is this a trapdoor? Well,
I mean, the Mages Guild is not underneath his office, so...
Well, yeah, that's fair enough, but they probably have the teleportation
He
system.
beckons you towards a magical circle that he has drawn on the floor.
Yeah, well, okay. I'm just gonna step over. Anything I need to know in particular? Any names or recommendations? Can I at least know your name so I can say that you sent me?
My name is not very important. They'll know the importance when you tell them.
Okay, I write down in my little notebook that the local mage is called not very important.
Yes. Oh well. Now, don't move too much, or this can go poorly.
I freeze as much as I can.
Okay. He takes out a few spell components for a pretty heavy teleportation spell by the looks of it.
Am I going to a different continent?
You don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But he does a little abracadabra alakazoo, and the world around you changes and shifts. It starts to get colder and colder and colder. You start to hear a howling wind. This doesn't really feel like a mage's guild.
It really doesn't. It's like the Antarctic Circle.
You're in the middle of snow. There are dark clouds overhead, and there's a lot happening in terms of, like, snow hitting your face.
No. Did I move too much? Did I end up in the wrong place?
Who knows? Teleportation spells are sensitive business.
Yeah, that makes sense. Probably something on me interfered with it. How will we know? Well, there's a lot of wind and snow, so it wouldn't be a good idea to fly right now. So what I would do is try to attempt to establish some sort of shelter to wait this out. How deep is the snow in this area?
It goes pretty deep.
It goes pretty deep. So as I'm standing on top of it, I just kind of like go down to my like
You sink pretty deep, yes.
belt. Okay, well, in which case I am gonna just dive in and attempt to burrow a small
Survival, please.
survival, please. Yes. Heck yeah. Too bad I'm not very good at it, but at least I know the basics. Poof. That's 14. I would like to use Mythic Power to add an extra 1d8, right?
Yes.
Okay. Roll 1d8. There we go. It
You
ends at
managed to
20.
sculpt out a pretty good bit of shelter that will last you through the storm,
Yeah.
which eventually does subside, and it is now it's early morning outside, but it's still very chilly. The air is remarkably dry.
Wait a moment. Did the time change from when I reached the city?
It did a bit.
So
But when we
was it?
teleported, the time of day must have changed because when you arrived, it was pretty
Yeah,
dark, even for
time
a storm.
zones. Yeah, time zones probably.
Could be.
Could be, yeah. Well, once the storm has subsided, I would like to try and assume the form of the bird of the crow and fly above whatever foliage there is and
There's
try
no
to look
foliage.
around.
It's all snow.
It's just all snow.
Yep. You can see some mountains in the distance, but that's about it.
Heck, in all directions?
Yep. Just
Wow.
snow and snow and snow. And
Wow,
some
this
mountains.
is that was a miss. Also, that's a bird in the background. Oh. Are there any landmarks that I can see by flying upwards?
Mountains.
Just the mountains. In which case, I would like to try and fly towards in that direction. Because it's the
Fly
only,
towards the mountains.
yes.
You are now at the mountains.
That took me probably a few hours.
It took you a few hours, yes. The day was getting on as you fly over. It's
Yeah.
very cold, especially this high above the snow.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to deal with frosting problems.
Yeah, I don't know either. I want you to roll me fortitude save.
Yes. I'm going to need that or I'm going to freeze to death. Damn. What was the season in the location where it started out?
Like springish.
Springish, so it's still not particularly warm. So I would probably be wearing some clothes on the warmer side. Plus, I could probably puff like a bird. So is 23 enough to weather the storm, so to speak?
Yep. You managed to hold on to yourself as you arrive at the mountains.
Heck. Any... Excuse me. Are there any landmarks that I can see on the mountain face?
You're pretty deep in the wilderness by the looks of it.
Yeah.
You can see
Nothing
some
there?
way taller mountains off to the in a direction.
Oh, damn it. How did I even end up here? That's terrifying. Is there any cave that I can spot that is not immediately occupied by anything dangerous?
There's plenty of caves.
Any ones that don't go deep to the center of the earth or something?
You'd have to inspect the caves themselves, but you can eventually find like a cave that's not that deep.
Okay, in which case I'm going to try to remember where this location is, which probably wouldn't be very hard. And then use that as a place to return to in case I have to come back.
Okay.
Well, considering it's like a chain of peaks, I would imagine traveling across them will lead me at the very least somewhere.
So where are you gonna go now? You're in the middle of nowhere.
Towards the next set of mountains that I can see.
You go towards
That's
the
probably...
mountains. There's still just mountains on one side and snow on the other.
That is ridiculously peculiar. Is the mountain chain separating something from this, like, outskirts of just ice?
Mountains.
That is... wow. That is so weird. I'll probably grow hungry and just perish at this rate, but
You see
interesting.
way off in the distance as you continue to fly and exhaust yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Plumes of smoke.
Oh. Well, there's that at least. Yeah, sure. Take your time.
Beh.
Be. Oh, Safi. Welcome back.
Hello.
I got a user earlier.
A what?
That they left, I think. The viewer in the chat.
I know. So, you see plumes
Yeah.
of smoke in the distance.
Yes, I would like to try to reach them.
You get to the mountain range closest to it, and you see a large lake, in the middle of which is a small column of sorts, and a small village of like houses built into the snow, really.
Heck.
Indeed. That is a way to describe it.
Well, do they take note of the horse-sized bird hovering above them?
Um, not immediately.
Are they hostile in any way?
Not that you immediately notice.
In which case, I would like to land on the clearing next to the place.
So you land near the village, and one of the villagers walks up to you. They are wearing very thick clothing made out of furs and such.
Yeah,
They hold out their
I could
arms
use some of
wide.
that. What?
Hello, good folk. You are far away from the usual places. What brings you out here in Teddy?
I don't. Do I recognize this name, by the way?
Not really. You might have once heard of Teti in like passing conversation.
I see where it's physically located. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mimic the gesture, I suppose, and say that I am indeed from far away relatively, I suppose. And that I have ended up here by either a mistake or on purpose. Have they ever heard anything about the Mage's Guild in these parts?
I'm afraid not. No really mages guild out here.
Well, okay. I would like to list a few locations. I would like to mention Urhearth, Mebry, Tasto, etc., and say if they
Ah, yes,
know
sir.
the...
Far away from here. That much I know.
How
Big
far?
city. Ah, it's a distance from here. Nargila is closer, if you want to weather the mountains.
Ooh. If you haven't noticed, I'm a bird. I can technically fly over them.
Oh, the mountains between here and there are quite stormy, as they say.
So you would suggest not actually flying.
No, you could try.
Okay, well, in that case, I would probably feel a little bit safer with something of a caravan. Do you actually have any of those going between the
Oh, we
places?
don't have to go there too often. Maybe
But
next
you
summer.
do. Oh, yeah, the summer is probably going to be a little bit off the scale for this. But at the very least, do you have any ley lines around here? Have you ever heard about anyone saying that?
Not really. They have one of those things in
Okay.
Nargila, I think.
Ooh, so we're in range if it blows up.
Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, do you have any spare set of clothes that I can actually purchase off of you?
Ah, come, come. He invites you into a small, like, to the biggest house that's around. It's a
Nice.
big,
I'm actually surprised that they don't mind the Jadbird. What a nice people.
well, out here in the middle of nowhere, hospitality is king.
Yeah.
So he invites you into a small, not a small. It's small compared to some of the buildings you've seen in your life. But
Mhm.
for like, this is the town hall because there's a lot of people here. There's a big table with all kinds of food. There's
Mhm.
a big fancy chair with furs around it for the big guy.
Nice.
And he sort of guides you in and says, "Oh, so what brings you? So you were here on what was it again? An accident?
Uh, a mage has sent me to the Mages Guild, but I would imagine the teleportation spell has backfired a little bit, and
Ooh,
I have missed my
shame,
mark.
shame, shame.
Do
Well,
you get a lot of visitors like that?
not really.
But you do.
No, you're the first.
But the way you said this implied that that wasn't the first.
Hmm? He kind of furrows his brow. Like what?
The way you phrased it implied that I'm not the first person to end up in here
How so?
by quote accident. Because he just told me so.
What did I say?
I said, have you seen any other people like this who ended up here by accident? He said, well, not very often. And I said, well, that implies that there are actually
Well, you're the
some
first.
people.
So not very often. He's getting a bit frustrated with you.
I know. I'm just going to rub my temples and like, okay, fair enough.
Does your head hurt?
A little bit, yes.
You need some medicine.
I would imagine so. Do you have anything
He beckons
from
over,
Frostbite?
and you're immediately offered like a bitter brew.
Bitter brew?
It smells terrible.
Uh,
Come,
well,
take a seat, have your medicine. We can talk.
good things that birds don't really have the sense of taste.
It doesn't
Usually.
matter. Your nostrils are going to burn when you drink this.
Ugh.
It
What
makes your
exactly
headache go
does-
away though.
Yeah, let's go with that. Teleportation usually makes me drowsy, so
It's been a day.
well, maybe it's a lasting effect. Maybe it's like a migraine, you know. You move you every time you move, a portion of your head, a section of your head, it just aches for days on end.
Anyway, you're
Yes.
offered all kinds of foods. Like they have some pretty luxurious meats and some fish. Like it's not a bad dish for how far in the middle of nowhere you seem to be.
Sure, this would probably be the last decent meal for a while, so I would dig in, and in case they need like some payment, I actually can afford it.
No, they don't seem to care about payment.
good enough. I'm just gonna get a good, nice meal.
In fact, they show you like there's a chest underneath the big guy's like elevated seat. There's a chest, and that's like all the money they have because they don't really do money out here. They'd need it for
Okay.
trade with Nargila, but that's it.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Well, I mean, I can offer them some of the trinkets that I have in exchange.
What kind of trinkets?
Well, let's see. What exactly did I pick from the dead dude, from the necromancer?
Well, much of his stuff was destroyed, so not having any value.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I mean, aside from the statue, I don't really have anything. And gold.
The statue is at home, and they don't care much for gold, so...
But I took it with me.
Oh, okay. Well, they're interested in it. Like, ooh.
Yeah, well, if you have another one of similar value, I would be tempted to actually trade it, but
They
I'd
shake
like to
their
keep
heads.
this one. Oh, can I keep it? Because I like it a lot.
It's your statue.
It has sentimental value now. Because statue is a badass.
They're not
It's some
asking for
hero
your
I
statue.
recognize or something. I know. I said, you know, maybe something would interest you, but aside from the statue, I don't have any trinkets.
I don't know. Do you?
I don't. Because I have the supplies, the clothes, my weapon, my spell book, and the books from the mage. From
No,
the
you left those
necromancer.
with the other guy.
Oh, well, dang. He might have sent me here on purpose then, because he might be in on this. Or at the very least, he's going to use that as a... Yeah, I should have checked it a little bit more.
Who knows?
Well, he tricked me.
That's a very steep accusation to start accusing people.
I'm not accusing anyone, it's like internal monologue.
No, they have no. Oh, okay, then no one knows.
Yeah, well. Well, considering he didn't actually tell me his name, I would imagine he was either an imposter or something like that. I don't know. Damn. The plot is getting thicker. The plot is getting extra thick.
Okay.
Or it's all in my head.
But
Oof. Yeah, I would like to take a rest after flying for the entire day. Damn. After which, I would take the clothes and attempt to cross the mountains.
if you're wearing the thick clothes, you can't really fly with them on. But I assume that your clothes.
I
merge
assume
into you.
when during the form the
Yes.
stuff disappears, but it's implied to still be there.
Yes, yes. So yeah, are you going to fly via Nargila, or are you going to do anything along the way back, or?
Well, there was that little house in the distance that I would like to visit one day, but probably not today.
Mm-hmm.
So, in which case, I would like to head over to Nargila and weather the stormy mountains. Failing that, I would like to fly around them.
So, as you approach the mountains to Nargila, you start to notice indeed there's very harsh, like, crosswinds over this place.
Heck.
It's very difficult to deal with, as they say.
To navigate, yeah. Terrifying.
God damn it, I'm trying to take care of something here, but...
What's going on? Everything okay?
Taking care of a commission information.
For
But
the
anyway.
snake thing?
Yeah. But some things got lost, so to speak, in translation, which is annoying. The point is, if you're not going to do anything along the way, you're not going to encounter anything other than the usual huff and guff, especially if you don't sit down and soak in the sights.
Well, soak in the sights.
This is like a quiet area for the most part. The crosswinds are heavy.
The crosswinds are heavy, but it flies okay. Well, in which case, I'm going to try to follow the cliff surfaces. Or, no, that's probably where the wind will be.
That's where the winds are the harshest, yes. And you know that.
Yeah. Well, in which case, I'm going to try to navigate between the peaks where the wind would be the weakest at the very least. If it goes way too strong, then at the very least I can try and land and wait out the harsher weather.
You manage to make it just fine. It's okay.
That's fair.
Stay away from the cliff faces and manage to keep your balance.
Yes.
It takes you a while, but if you see Tamoy in the distance as you fly further along, and eventually Urheath just dawns up at the shoreline. I'm gonna make a roll for this.
Oof.
You see,
I am doing a whole cross-country flight. Damn.
Yeah.
Yep.
You start to notice a weird explosion at the top of Earheath Castle, like in one of the big towers.
Explosion?
Like a big blue flash of light. No damage, but a big blue flash nonetheless.
Huh. Does the description of that match anything from the Necromancer's book?
No.
Okay, well, I've seen an explosion there. I would have to head there.
Okay. You fly over to the tower. A lot of guards are like aiming weapons at you. You can see that they are like training their bows at you, and there's some spellcasters preparing spells. And they shout at you to come down and lay down your arms. You are flying at a fortress, by the way.
I know. Well, I'm not. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm flying directly to it. In which case, yes, I would land on the edge of the roof and raise my hand.
Your business.
My business is that I've been here about 2 days ago, and the head mage has tried to teleport me, but for some reason he teleported me in the middle of the frozen wasteland next to Teddy and Nargila. And now I just returned.
It's been a few days since then, so
yeah.
By now, like
a day to reach Teddy, a day to rest there, and another day to actually cross the mountains.
The head wizard has not really said much. He's been quietly studying some books he recently acquired.
Yes, I brought the books to him with the intention to investigate because I wasn't able to translate them. And then he has sent me over to, he was supposed to send me over to the Mages Guild, but apparently he has missed the mark.
Very well. We will show you to him then.
Yeah, okay. Fair.
Mostly because they don't want to deal with you.
I know. On a side note, what the hell was that explosion?
Experimentations, of course. The court wizard is a very busy person.
Okay, well, fair. Is he trying to, like, weaponize these things now? Damn.
So, you're shown into to his office, his experimentation room. You see a small crystal floating on a pedestal, him working behind an office. There's bubbling brews and such.
Yeah.
He looks up and what do you do?
I wave to him and say hello. Remember me?
Not really. Who are you?
You've sent me to the Mages Guild 4 days ago, but you have missed the mark.
How did that go?
It went poorly. I ended up in the middle of the frozen wasteland to the south, to the northwest.
Oh, that's not the Mages Guild, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, you know what?
Did something go wrong?
Did something go wrong? Yes, I nearly froze to death.
No, that's very uncomfortable. Not a good way to go, no. Wouldn't recommend it.
He is clearly out of his mind, or at least a little bit. Can you give me physical direction to the Mages Guild?
No, that would take about. He doesn't have a Mages Guild.
Wait, what?
What?
Could you repeat the last one? Because I'm clearly not hearing things right.
Well, there's a Mages Guild like right outside the door at the main square. Not 50 minutes.
Why did you teleport me? You could have just told me to walk.
What are you talking about?
Wow. Can I have my book back?
No, these are my books.
Oh my god. The mage is insane. And he's driving me nuts. Fine. I'm gonna give him a pat as I pass by and tell him that I'll probably be back later on. And I head out to the guards and ask for direction to the Mages Guild. Good lord.
They direct you to the town square where you can see the Mages Guild sign, or so they claim.
Yeah. So they claim. Wait, it's fake? Okay, I'll bite. Let's head over there and knock on the door.
So you head down to town square. It's
Mhm.
very busy here. Like this is where everyone comes together. Um, you
So much
bump
better
into
than the
people.
frozen wasteland, at least.
Yeah, it's kind of warm, mostly because of everyone here and all the grills and such. There's a lot of scents and smells going around. You find yourself at the Mages Guild door, and it's open because they have a nice open lobby for people that need special magic help.
Hmm. Well, I do have the task at hand, however. I would need to inform somebody in position of power about, first of all, that the court mage is insane and he's blowing things up, and that he has the book in his possession that was taken from a necromancer, which was investigating the means of exploding the ley lines.
Oh, hmm. That sounds like a lot of stuff you've been doing. What do you need us for?
Say again?
What do you need, what do you need them for? Like, where you go up to the receptionist and I assume you tell your story.
Yeah.
So what do you need them for?
Well, I am very passionate about not being exploded into bits. So I would like to, at the very least, to give this information to somebody who's competent enough and
Did
in
you go
the
to the court
position of,
wizard?
yes, and he sent me here.
So, did he say why?
He said that I need to escalate the, well, he didn't really say that. I assumed that he wanted me to escalate this issue further.
Hmm, that's a little vague.
Yes, he
Can't really
also
work with
tried to
that.
teleport me here, but I ended up, what's the distance there? Like a few thousand miles? No, that's probably too much. A few hundred miles, I guess.
Yeah.
A few hundred miles to the south, to the northwest.
Yeah, what's with
I
it?
don't know what he would teleport me to, what was the name of the thing again?
Teddy?
The name of the thing was Nargila, yeah, and Titty.
Okay, so,
What do you mean, so?
well, what were you saying? Because I kind of lost track halfway through you bumbling around.
Yeah, I have the same problem with the court mage. Point is, a
He's a very clear
necromancer.
mind fellow. He's pretty clear about things usually.
Yeah, he wasn't. Maybe it's rubbing off at me.
Then you haven't
In
talked to the
any,
court wizard. Are you sure he's the one that sent you here?
some wizard has sent me, but I would imagine, and I was pointed towards him by the guards. Can you give me a description of the court wizard?
Oh, he wears fancy blue robes, has a nice cap. He basically describes the court wizard for you. Oldly
That's him.
fellow, nice grey beard.
Yes, but he's a little bit not himself, I would imagine.
That's very accusatory of you. I saw him just yesterday and he seemed fine.
Yeah, the person that I talked to was a bumbling idiot.
That's very rude of you to say, sir.
I know, which is why I'm assuming that is not the court wizard and is instead an imposter.
It'd be very impressive for an impostor to just walk into the castle.
I mean, I walked into the castle by asking nicely.
Yes, but you weren't you weren't trying to be the court wizard. You were just asked nicely to see him.
Can the
And you have
court
that heroic
wizard...
aura around you.
Well, yes, fair enough. Can the court wizard be under influence?
Ah, he's got a strong mind on him.
Not by the looks of it. Is it possible that
Sir, could
somebody
you
to
please
control
stop
him?
insulting the court wizard?
I'm trying. I'm not insulting. I'm just asking questions on whether or not he has the skills to counter this kind of influence.
Lord Heskill, I will inform you, has written several theses on mind control resistance. If anyone can take it, it will be him.
How much? Okay, fair enough. How much money would you request to follow me to the wizard and confirm that this is indeed the same person as that we're talking about, the same person? Because this is honestly getting ridiculous.
25 gold pieces and I'll come along.
Deal. Let's go. I grab the hand. We
You
just
walk back
rush
all
up.
the way to the wizard's tower, and as you knock,
Yes.
he says, "One at a time, please."
One at a time.
Yes.
Hmm. Let me see. Do I have any spells that would be able to relay information or like spy or something?
I don't
I don't
know,
know.
do you?
I'm looking for my list of spells. Maybe. Maybe there's some creative application for one of these. No, I don't think I do. Uh, actually, no, never mind. It's not like invisibility spell or something. I don't actually have an invisibility spell. I only have displacement and mirror image. Oops. Well, I would like to send the receptionist in then
The receptionist
with
walks in.
and ask them to talk about the books that I have given to the mage, to the wizard.
So he closes the door behind him, being
Yeah.
polite. They have
Yes.
you can hear a mumbling conversation behind the door. There's clearly some magic in the way stopping you from actually hearing anything.
Yeah.
And you wait a couple of minutes, and eventually he comes out and says, well, it's him.
Was he bumbling?
No, of course not.
Was he stuttering?
No.
But I talked to that person.
You know what? I'm through with you. I am through with you. Nothing but insults to one of the finest mages the world has ever seen.
I'm sorry.
Clearly you are not if you
You
keep
have
insisting.
insulted. Yeah, well, either you're all in on this or I'm just going crazy.
I recommend you have yourself checked out. Good day.
I will with a wizard. Thank you. Goodbye. Good
Okay.
day. And I walk in and I'm going to ask him about the books. Can I have my books back, please?
You want your book back, you say?
Yes.
I am afraid that simply will not do.
Why not?
Well, you see, I have need of these books. Very, very big need of these books.
Why exactly? For what purpose?
You are persistent, you know that. Very, very persistent, you know that.
I know. I don't appreciate it when I end up in the middle of the frozen wasteland.
He's casting a spell.
Or any other wasteland. Holy crap.
In fact, he's been casting a spell this whole conversation.
He was probably
Still spell, no less. So he doesn't have to say anything. He just has to make very small hand gestures.
Yeah, I know. Would it be possible for me to daze him? Because I can't actually daze a person.
Go ahead and give it a shot. What kind of save is it?
Phase will negates.
He makes it. And you
I don't
are
even
suddenly
need to ask
blasted
you.
with a giant beam of energy. You have no clue what he's shooting at you, but it's a massive beam of energy.
How much does it hurt?
Oh, this is going to hurt a lot. You take 7 to 3 damage and are knocked off your feet.
Damn.
And blasted out the room. And he just kind of rubs hands and goes, you're a tough one too, I see. Well.
73. Wait, do I need to make a fortitude save for this?
Go ahead.
Because I'm left with 27 hit points, and I can instantly die here. Damn.
I think you're actually pretty resistant to that as a mythic hero, but...
Well, let's see. I'll probably get knocked out because I can go into pretty deep into minus hit
Roll
points.
fortitude.
Yeah.
You make it. You feel like shit, though. Like, this is like you got hit in the chest with a dump truck.
I know. Damn it. Ow.
Do you have any idea how bad this world is doing? And how much work it's taken just to get here?
Yes, I get a general idea. I live in it.
No, I know where you live. You live all the way over there in Maybury. You're ignorant of the world's problems.
Okay,
from the world
recite
like
them to me.
Well, in case you haven't been paying attention to local politics, and he just slaps you, and you're a little too stunned to just immediately react.
Ow.
In case you haven't noticed, there's too many people, too much war. And there's a good way to take care of all those problems and make people remember the times before magic made everything so easy.
What, by blowing up the magic
By blowing up a
conduits?
lot of magic, all at once. There will be no
Wow.
armies, there will only be devastation. And the Mithril Wire will have finally achieved its one goal.
Yeah, well, it's not exactly helping the world, you know.
What is more valuable, the people that live now or the people that would die later?
What exactly your end goal? Because clearly some people
Preventing
will
a
survive.
war that will never end. A war that will end all life. Have you seen the magics I can wield? And this is Urheath. This isn't even a capital.
Yes, you just hit me with it.
Can
I
you
get a
imagine
general
the
idea.
wizard of a metropolis unleashing a spell upon an army?
Yes, I'm
And
pretty
you can
sure that is the
see
point.
that there is reason to stop that from happening.
There's a reason to put regulations and control over it, not
The
destroying all of
kings
it.
are not going to regulate their means of winning war, you
Then make
fool.
then make sure that one of the kings is a mage.
Then he will use his own magic. It's happened before and it will happen again until we stop it.
Well, you're using magic now. You can start by offing yourself, for example.
I can start by offing you.
Yeah, well, want to toss a coin on that one? If you lose, you off yourself. If I lose, I off you.
He's not going to throw an actual legitimate coin, though. Don't take him up on that offer.
I do have a coin on myself, one of those bent coins that are probably like shaped. Maybe it's the same one with two heads or two tails. Ah, wow, that hurt. I
You,
am nearly dead with a single fart in my general directions. Jesus Christ.
you, you are exactly the reason that I need to do what I need to do, and why the Mithril Wire has to act.
What's exactly the name of this? Mithril something?
Mithril Wire.
Mithril Wire. Oh. You guys have the most ridiculous names for your organizations. I have probably met at least a few of them.
He doesn't care much for your insult.
I know. Isn't an egotistical maniac that is ready to destroy the world, even if he has good intentions, he's still an extremist. And an asshole at that. Ow.
So where does that leave you? Are
On
you
the
going to
floor?
assist me with your dying breath? Because I would gladly get rid of you. You've halted so much progress.
Wait, by killing the necromancer?
Yes. One of the most foremost leyline experts killed. His entire work undone.
Yeah, you know what? I came up to him and I wanted to talk, but he tried to kill me, so I had no other
Then
choice.
he must have known more than I did. Though to be fair, I had a faint suspicion when I saw you.
No more about what?
Now,
What? What's so funny?
nothing. Nothing.
Oh, come on, tell me. Come on, you're gonna kill me anyway, probably. You can tell me.
If I told you, what would that do for me?
I don't know, you'd probably get to monologue and practice your evil laugh, which are all good enough skills.
He just shakes his head.
I'm not the best negotiator. You know this.
You are not indeed.
Yes, I am a little bit too straightforward for this.
You know, there's one big benefit of you hero types. You may
Which
be
is?
strong, but you die just like everyone else.
That's not really a benefit.
Exactly. But it's a benefit to me.
Oh. Met many before?
Well, probably. I mean, he's the court wizard. He probably sees like a lot of heroes coming in and out.
I would imagine so. Well, I can't exactly attack him now because he's probably has something up his sleeve to actually just wipe me out, and the guards will be on his side. But on the bright side, the office is magically soundproof, so they will not hear anything.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible for me to cast something like... Let me check the... Which is it? There we go. No, that's not the one. Okay, this one. Mm-hmm. Is it possible for me to cast a bladed dash from a prone position?
I guess technically yes.
In which case, I'm going to aim for the freaking window, and I'm going to stab it on the way out.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Heck.
Roll your attack.
Yep. Actually, I'm not going to stab him. I'm just going to punch him in the fucking face. I just kind of tap him. uh,
So,
should I describe how I do it?
yeah, go for it. Because you deck him
Sure.
pretty weakly. Like you deck him.
Yeah, I deck him on the way out. I gather all of my strength and I prepare the spell as much as I can, and I just well, it does have a somatic component, right? Let me
Yes.
check. Well, I yell the appropriate things and I mix them with swear words, insulting his ancestry up to the 3rd generation as I dash through the room, causing all kind of ruckus, blowing up all the pages and from the books and whatever in the air. And as I run past him, I just deck him in the freaking face, and then I just kind of fall out of the window.
You are now falling outside of the window. You're pretty high up.
Yes, but I am a bird, so I can use my feather fall to actually land safely.
You land safely, but you hear him shouting to the guards.
Yeah, well, asshole. I still have a little bit left in my bird form for today, so I would imagine I can actually fly the frick out of here.
Big head.
I would probably fly over the walls and stick to, what was it? To the rooftops, so they don't just pester me with arrows.
Okay, you managed to make your flight. It takes a while for the guards to actually get into action.
Yes.
But as you reach the wall, the guards on the wall itself like suddenly start training up because these guys are well organized. This is not a major city, but it's still pretty important. It's not a metropolis, but it is.
I would imagine so. Yes.
So you are getting pelted with many arrows.
Heck. Would that be a reflex save?
You take a critical.
Wow.
Yeah, one of them manages to land a pretty good hit. You take 4 damage from that one. And for the most part, they miss.
4 damage. Okay, well, I am even more
no,
dead.
12. No, 6, because it's 3 times because of bow.
So what? 6 damage?
6 damage.
Okay, 21 then.
Whatever.
Yes. Well. Obviously, not enough time to actually try to grab the book or anything.
There
but
are spells
you know,
flying around your head, like all kinds of spells.
Yeah. Shit. Well, I'm making a run for it. As fast as I can, flap those chicken wings.
Where are you flying to?
They hack out across the city to the port, and then into just the open sea.
You fly off into the open sea.
Yeah.
You notice that the town guard can't really follow you. They're not like equipped to handle a chase scene on a flying thing that's going out to sea.
Yeah. Ha 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 ha! You land dwellers.
However, you feel exhausted after flying the last few days. Like you can't make it far.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hope to get to this little island there and just gonna take at the very least a short rest.
You arrive on the island and it's not much. It's like someone's private garden and like a hermit lives on it.
Yeah.
There would be a fire, like a lighthouse here, but they don't really need it because most people just know it's there. because it's a pretty steep
Yeah,
island, so you could generally notice it. The
unless
hermit
it's a
comes
storm.
out and just kind of waves hello. It's a nice lady.
Hello.
It's a human lady, surprisingly. Although as she
Yay.
approaches you, she turns into a tengu.
Wow. Hello.
Lady of many shapes, good to meet you. What brings you out to my island?
An armed pursuit.
Now that's unpleasant. Why are people
As I, as
pursuing
I
you?
as I pull out the arrow out of my wing.
Got
They're
problems in
pursuing
town, huh?
me. It's a little bit of a long story.
Well, I
If you
got
have
all the
any
time in the
place to
world.
sit down, if you have any place to sit down, I would appreciate it.
She has
'Cause
like
I am
there's
just
like several
exhausted.
chairs laid out across the whole farm field because she's just like, I've got space and time.
Awesome. I'm just gonna sit on one, I suppose.
So,
Yeah. So, to make the long story short, Necromancer was pestering the local village. I have attacked. I was tasked with killing the Necromancer. I've attempted to resolve this peacefully, but it didn't work out. In his notes, I have discovered and deciphered the means of exploding the ley lines. I have brought this to the attention of the local mages guild, and I was attacked by them because apparently they were in on the whole thing. The end. I'm here. I
oh
escaped
yeah,
from the castle.
Mithril Wire, they're quite something, aren't they?
Yeah. Wait. Why do you know that?
Well, I'm the Lady of Many Faces. I've been all over the place. All
Nice.
them cabals and secret organizations. I've got a whole laundry list of them.
Yeah. Okay. What do you know about them? Can you tell me?
I know the Mithril Wire considers itself one of them no good do-gooders, basically kind of cultish, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, they do
They
employ
did some
necromancers.
fancy divination spells a couple of years ago, and they said they saw a great war in which the whole world died and everything was left dead and everything was undead and negative energy and not good stuff. But you know how
Yeah.
divination spells
Doesn't.
are,
Yeah. They could or could not be true.
or hijacked.
Yep. So they're clearly not very bright since they didn't double check.
Who
Or at
knows?
the
Maybe they
very.
did. I wasn't there for this double checking.
Mm. You were part of the ritual?
Kinda. I'm good at impersonating people and their skill
Yeah, I
sets.
noticed. Yeah, well,
In fact, she does like one of your spells, like with ease.
which one? Most of them were just like super
No,
destructive.
she does like a fancy prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation or the mirror image, I suppose. This one is harmless enough.
Yeah.
It's like there is now a bunch of birds around me.
Yep.
Nice. That is very impressive. Okay, lady of many faces. Are you even a tango?
Nah, I'm a
Or is it just
doppelganger.
one of the
I'm a
face?
chameleon, as they say.
Well, I've never met those before. Which one would that be? Could you give me a description?
A
Does my character
doppelganger
know about those?
in their base form, they don't generally take their base form, but in their base form, they look like those gray aliens. Or in
Huh.
Pathfinder, like pale white, skinny with yellow eyes. They're very spooky.
That is really
Her
creepy. Yeah.
chameleon is like her class description. It's a class of
Okay.
3.5, but it's basically you can do whatever you want.
Nice. So she's an old school lady. Or I don't even know if her true form is like male or female. I've seen two of the forms anyway.
Yep.
Yeah. Are you not bothered by this?
But what?
By the fact that they're attempting to blow up the ley lines?
Oh, I live so far away from everything. It's probably not going to hurt me. It'll be a
Yeah,
nice
according
explosion, though.
I know.
I hope Edist makes it out alive. But it's such a nice little
Who?
town. Edist. To the south. Near that big old tree.
Edist, yeah. Well, I would imagine ley lines are a known thing. Does that thing have any ley lines crossings
It has a
next
little
to it?
tower, so it probably has a ley line.
Probably has a ley line. Well, in which case, I am going to recall that it does indeed connect to the network of ley lines used for teleportation and
Sad,
such, and I
sad
will
stuff.
say that it's gonna blow the heck up.
Very sad stuff.
I know, right?
Well, what you gonna do about it?
I honestly don't know. This seems a little bit out of my league right now.
Aren't you one of them hero fellas?
Yes.
Then do your hero stuff. Save the world.
It's not. Yeah, okay, look, you might think that this stuff comes naturally or something, but
Doesn't it? Comes naturally to me.
well, Miss Hero, why don't you do it then?
Because I don't care. I've got nothing to lose. Or to gain,
Yeah,
really.
that is fair. Well, if you have nothing to lose, why are you like talking to me even?
She holds up her arms. She holds her arms out and just kind of gestures around.
Yeah, well, hmm. Well, it's a tiny island, really.
Yep.
Well, I mean, assuming if everyone is dead, it would probably be very, very boring for you.
It's boring now.
It's going to become even more boring.
Someone will survive. Then they can say hello, and they'll have quite some stories to tell.
Yeah, just like me, right?
Yeah. See? Not helping you is going to help me out great.
Ah, you cheeky bastard.
Hee.
She's having fun with it. She's having entirely too much. You are having entirely too much fun with the current situation. There's an apocalypse cult that's going to blow up the world. You're having fun with it. Okay. All right.
I mean, I guess it would be just as good a story if you stopped them. Or tried to, at least.
Yeah, well, I just did. Look at me. How would I visually nuclear vessels? How would I visually describe the effects of the attack on me?
So, the beam just kind of was like a very strong punch to the chest. Not much else.
Okay, then I look very. Then I look like I was run over by a truck. How about that?
Yeah.
This is the best I could do. This is me being a hero. I got hit by a. What would be the alternative? What would be the time appropriate and like in the universal alternative to being hit by a truck?
Stampeded by horses.
Set on by a dragon. There you go.
By a big old butt.
Yes. Look at me. I attempted to stop that, and I got set on by a dragon.
Come on, you're a hero. You know how it works. You never go to the big baddie before
sorry,
you get
what?
their MacGuffin.
Say again?
You're a hero. You know how it works. You don't just go after the bad guy.
Yeah, I need a super weapon.
Come on, man. The Mithril Wire aren't that powerful.
Yeah, well, neither am I anymore.
They're a bunch of pretenders.
Not their head honcho, apparently.
Okay, if you say so.
Well, he hit me once,
Yeah,
and I'm almost dead.
I'm not denying that.
Yeah? So he's not a pushover.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I technically kind of failed the spell roll because he made it. I punch him in the face, though.
Cool. But wouldn't want to, do more than just punch him? I mean,
Honestly,
he's just a wizard. How
I'd like to
hard can he
punch
be?
him twice. Yeah.
You know what your problem is? You're charging headlong into a guy that, has got stuff.
Yes, but I wasn't exactly in a situation to attempt a tactical maneuver.
You've got the Lady of Many Faces in front of you, and you're just moaning about the situation.
I'm sorry, what?
You're a sad excuse for a hero.
I know. That's why I've been sitting in this village for how many years?
I thought you would be smart, or interesting, or at least ask questions.
I'm a bird. I would, however, ask a few questions now that you've mentioned that.
What do you want to ask?
Where exactly did you witness the ritual? Or participated in the ritual?
Some big old town somewhere else. That's where they started
Somewhere
out,
else.
at least.
I
But
know, but could you...
What?
Yes?
What?
Could you give me at least the name of the town?
I don't know what it was called. Something Clareford. No. It was Fort Clarity. There you go. For some reason, they called it Fort.
But it's not a fort.
It's a fort that sat on a river, but it grew bigger than the city was connected to, so Fort Clarity became the new metropolis, and the adjacent towns did not.
So they started out in the capital.
Yeah, the capital was start out from a fortress. Who knew? Got a nice palace, though.
They've been to the palace as well.
Yeah. Come on, man! You're not giving me any credit here.
Hey, I don't know your life. I don't know where you've been. I'm not entirely sure how long do the doppelgangers live for you to travel everywhere.
Oh, I live long enough to see what I want to see.
You're very cryptic.
Well, to be fair, you're not being very interesting.
Bleh. I am currently being a little bit half dead, quarter dead. No,
You want me to
3/3
fix that
dead.
for you?
If you could, I would appreciate it.
You know what? You're a hero. You'll tough it out.
Okay. As
Just
I just
tough
kind
it out a bit.
just kind of slump in the chair in the
You can
middle.
literally
of
take an hour, use your mythic power, and get like half your hit points back, and your spells.
Yes, and my spells. Which is what I'm doing then while we are chatting.
Okay. So you gonna ask anything else?
What would be the names of the conspirators?
Still, the mithril wire.
I know the name of the.
Oh, you're asking
organization
her
because
for the names of the. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were asking me.
No. Well, I mean, you're technically both, so I'm. My character is asking the birdie bird, or at least the doppelganger in the birdie bird form, the names of conspirators because they actually didn't tell me. Well, I mean, one of them did tell me, but he said his name is not very important. That doesn't sound like
His
a
name is
very
Lord
human name.
Haskell, if you mean the one in Urhurst.
Urhurst Haskell
Haskell, with an E.
with an E. Okay. So dude number 1 is Haskell. Okay, got that.
There's Lady Firamat, the second in command.
Peter
In case you didn't catch on, she likes fire.
Wait, what?
She likes fire!
I know, and her name is Firamat.
Yeah.
That is a very punny name. This can't be a coincidence.
I don't need to be told.
You don't want? I'm sorry.
Oh, move on.
Okay, fair enough. Anybody else?
Well, there's Master Prisma, their ley line expert.
Prisma. Was he by any chance dabbling in necromancer arts?
He kind of dabbled in it. He was not that good at it for how strong he was.
I do remember the necromancer's face at the very least, so I'm going to describe any particular details that stand out. Maybe like he had a scar or a dimple or something like that.
He had like a distinct, he had like a tattoo of like ley lines across his face of some area.
Okay, so I would say...
yeah, she confirms it's him.
Well, I've already killed that one. Or at least
You're
I
a
would
real
like to
go-getter.
Yeah. He was trying to destroy my village. His zombies stomped on my flowers.
Well, what do you want me to do about it?
I'm just pointing out the reasons for me killing him.
Whatever.
I'm sorry, are you pissed or is she pissed? Or both?
She's just, you know, she's kind of sick of you. And you're goofing around.
Of course she's sick of you. That's why I'm living alone. God damn it, with a bunch of lizards. That's how everybody feels about me, which is why I was not a very popular hero public-wise, which is why I've pretty much attempted to retire.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's not my problem.
I know. I just like to talk a lot. Aside from Haskell and Fairmont, are there any other conspirators?
Oh, there's your usual bread and butter, like small adherers who take care of some stuff on the side.
Hmm. So just these would be the main ones.
Yep.
Have I met the Fairmont yet?
Nope.
Just the Haskell. Well, seems like I will have to eliminate, at the very least, 2 more public figures, which is going to be just hilariously bad.
Oh, Lord Firo is going to be something else. Lord Firamat, in case you didn't know, Lady Firamat.
Yeah.
I always get that mixed
Lady.
up. She's, how do you say? She's a big charity worker. Popular with the churches.
So she's a lobbyist.
Oh, I'm just going to say that if anyone knows you killed her, you're going to be in deep problems all over the world.
I know. I'm going to need a disguise, or at least the means to change my form. Or, at the very least, the conceal my actual appearance.
Well, I can do that, but you can't.
I know. Would you know any spells that would actually allow me to change my form like that?
Well, I know a little trick that might help. But I don't know if I
Okay,
should just teach it to you.
you're saying it in such a way that implies that you would like to get something out of it.
Well, yeah!
Wow.
Jeez, man, you're slow on the uptick.
Why does everybody insult the poor bird?
You're a
It's not
hero.
that
Act
bright.
like it. I want something.
I strike a pathetically weird pose, like, fists on the belt and just like nose up in the skies.
So, if you took care of Lord Prisma, that leaves Pulaski, Faramot, and Heskil.
And Haskell.
Yes, that leaves 3 big boys in charge. And those 3 big boys, you know what I want? I want something from them. If you're going to go after them, I want something in return. I want something from
that
them.
is getting
I want their
interesting.
rings.
Rings.
No questions asked.
No questions asked. Well, how...
They're
In
not
which
going to
case-
blow up the world, in case you're asking that.
My first question was, how the heck do these rings would look?
I can tell you this much. They all wear them on their right middle finger.
A particular ring of particular design.
It's the only ring they're going to wear on that finger, I can tell you that much.
Okay. Can I rummage through my things to see if I picked up the ring from the necromancer once he disappeared?
There was just a mess of stuff, man. You don't know. She also just goes like, well, if you don't have Master Prisma's ring, like, I'm not going to send you back.
Well, considering I have a knick-knack
just needs
for
to,
actually... I know. For picking out, like, the shiny things. I would probably spot if it actually fell off. Because if it didn't fall off, or it wasn't on the ground, I would imagine that the dude survived somehow. Which means he dropped all of his goods as a distraction.
Could be.
Well, if I didn't find the ring, then I assume that he's still alive.
Okay.
Somewhere.
You're free to assume whatever you like.
Yeah, well, you don't have to be this cheeky.
Hee.
So, Haskell. How would I go about killing Haskell then?
So here's the funny thing about those big guys in charge. I might have helped them find something that made them a little bit more powerful than they should be.
A source of mythical power?
Not mythical per se. You know how liches have those phylactery things? Source of their power, or whatever it is. I don't care. I'm not a
Where
wizard.
they lock their soul?
Yeah, whatever. It's an important thing they need to stay in functioning order.
Yes. So, are these guys leeches as well?
They could be, but all I know is that they have a special thing that they're very sensitive about.
Shafi, you cut out that they are very
They're
what?
very sensitive about.
Okay, and that thing is, could you please tell me?
She
Fair
leans
lady.
in, looks left and right, even though there's no one else on this island.
There's no one else on the island. Yes.
The heart of Adani. Said to be the heart of a god. You tap into it and bada bing bada boom, baby.
Why exactly did you help them find it again?
They paid me. I mean, you do stuff you shouldn't be doing when people pay you. You're a hero.
Yes, it's cold work.
Yeah. So why are you judging me?
I'm not judging you. I'm just saying, assuming you knew that. Well, okay, fair enough. You probably didn't know that it would turn evil. What?
You are. Just taps her
So,
forehead. Like,
I am not a very smart person. I am a bird. I remember things very
you
well, but
have 22 intelligence. Or 16.
I know.
16. You're above average.
I know I am above average, but like I'm saying, Jesus Christ. I don't know how to explain this. It's like the stats don't match the character.
Then,
A little bit, because I'm a dumbass. Good Lord. I'm having so much trouble with this. Holy crap. And she's being sassy about it. And this is funny. And I'm like, I'm both depressed about it and I'm also laughing my ass off at the same time. This is a fun character. Thank you. This is really neat. Damn.
Going back to
Fine.
it, you need to find the
Yes.
heart of Adina. Because if
I
you
need to
don't,
find
you're
the
not going to kill him.
Well, apparently I didn't kill the other one, so he's still alive, which means yeah.
I don't know if he's dead or not. I don't care about that. What I care
Well,
about is
you
did
just
get
told
my
me.
rings?
Heart of. Could you spell it again?
Adina.
D with double E, or is it just I?
Adina.
There you go. Done. Note taken. Nah. Well, no questions asked about the rings then. Why would she really need the rings though from these guys? I mean, you're clearly not telling me the whole story. Why exactly would you mingle with these guys? There's probably more than that to that than just payment, because you wouldn't want the rings from them.
So, you don't have no clue what these rings are. She also
Yes.
said no questions asked. So,
I know. She's just gonna stare at me really weirdly.
if you really insist on it, on wanting to know, she'll let you in on a little secret. And that's
Just
that
a little?
they might have like a little place, a little hideout somewhere in another dimensional space, and you need the rings to like make a circle of at least 3 rings so you can get in there.
And that's where they hide something important.
Or other hide random crap there. She thinks that there's good stuff in there.
So you're setting yourself up for a heist.
Yeah, I love heists.
Now
Easy
that
to
is
do when you can
interesting.
become anyone. I don't even trigger
That
magic
would-
alarms.
That would be interesting. Yes. Damn. Okay, so how much exactly do your services cost?
The rings. Or what services?
Good. Services. She says she was hired the first time by these dudes. How much
A
did it
couple of
cost
tens
them?
of thousands.
Couple of tens of thousands?
Yeah, to get the heart of Adina. No easy
Huh.
task, but look where it got me. A nice little hut in the middle of nowhere.
Do they know you live here?
Nope.
Did you just show up to the registry and bought an island?
Well, no one owns this island. It's the commons.
Mhm.
They just think I'm a weird old hermit.
Yeah. So I need to find the heart of Adina.
Yeah.
And I
Problem
need to
is,
get the 3 rings.
I know they
Yes.
have it. I don't know where it is.
I know, otherwise he would have told me already.
Odds are they hid it somewhere far, far away from civilization, but not too far. The heart has a range where once you get outside of it, things start to get funky.
So they're technically like warlocks borrowing power from this thing.
Well, warlocks have downsides. The heart of Adina doesn't.
Hmm.
Also, warlocks tend to have infinity range because they use planar stuff to power. But you can't use the Heart of Medina if you're on another plane. So.
Okay, that's fair enough. Well, at the very least, we know that it is somewhere. Excuse me. It is somewhere between Earth and the capital.
Why?
Because they would both need to be in range. Well, all three of them would need to be in range, which means we can technically triangulate the position of the thing very easily. Wow.
Well, I don't know where good old Lord Pulaski's hanging out. Or if Firmont is hanging out, really.
You did say that she was in the capital.
She might be. It's the last time I saw her. And
Okay,
that was
so
easily a few months back.
Fair enough. So
I'm a hermit. Do you expect me to have, you know?
Well, you got a lot of information that you didn't expect, so I don't know what to expect at this point.
Good question.
So, Prisma was at Mebbury. I just kind of pull out a map and just roll it out on my knees. Necromancer was here in this little thing marked in the mountains. Haskell is in Earth. Where's the capital, by the way? In which direction?
The capital is off to the north, which
Off
is why
to the
Tomoe
north.
is such a big city, and Kaguya is also a big city.
I see. So, at the very least, assuming a circular, like, field, I suppose, of power, it is somewhere in between the two. In between the three, I mean. So that leaves us Nargila, Tomoe. Yeah. Unless the circle is really big, in which case they get, like, to be whatever.
Oh, from what I gather, it's at least 1,000 miles across. Or 1,000-mile radius. Powerful heart. Good beats.
Yeah. So Mr. Haskell has teleported me to... Where exactly did I land? To the north of Teddy?
You
Or
landed
to
to
no,
the,
to
like,
the west.
around here.
Uh-huh. So he teleported me to southwest from Teddy.
East. Northwest of Teddy.
Yes, northwest of Teddy. Does this place have any significance?
Teddy?
Yes. A small
I mean, you were
hamlet.
there just a while ago. It didn't really seem that significant.
Well, I ended up there when yeah. Should I tell her about the books? Oh, wait, I already did. That's why she smacked me, yeah.
Just went and gave him the books.
Hey, I just wanted to escalate this thing. I live next to one. I didn't want to die one day. So the Mithril Wire, how many members do they actually have?
Only a few that use the Heart of Medina.
Yes, but in total.
At least a few hundred, scattered across the world.
Heck.
They're pretty spread thin, though. But as
I
you might have
noticed.
seen, Lord Haskell's got other ways to make people do what he wants without needing his cult members around.
Yeah, he's actually in the position of authority.
Oh, yeah. That tends to help a lot.
You don't have to be this cheeky.
You don't have to state the obvious.
Meh. What a snarky doppelganger. Good thing she didn't turn into me. That would have been awkward.
Well, she looks like you.
Well, she looks like a tango. Or did she copy my my looks?
Pretty close.
So I've been talking to myself literally and figuratively. Wow. Wow.
It's the
Okay,
punchline.
you get to be cheeky. Fine, I'll allow it because this is just amusing at this point. You're very good at this. Right, so there are at least 4 people at the head of this whole organization. I have potentially killed one, but apparently they might have survived. And they're going to try to blow up the world. Do they actually have the power to do so?
Well, that's what one of the guys was supposed to figure out.
The one I killed.
Could be. They got Pulaski to cover him, though. So he might be coming over soon.
Cover?
Yeah. Do the research in case one of them died.
Well, too bad
That
they
kinda
have the
cover.
notes now. I should at the very least attempt to steal the notes.
How much is the city after you?
Sorry, you've been cutting out. Could you
How
repeat the
much
last
is the
sentence?
city after you?
What I mean, how much is the city after me?
How many arrows would fly at you if you go back to Urhurst?
All of them?
Then you probably shouldn't be worrying about the notes.
Okay. They probably have my description. I should probably attempt to disguise myself somehow.
That's what I'm
Do
gonna
you know a
teach
way
you.
for me? Okay. Now we're talking. What exactly?
People like to think that being a good old-fashioned doppelganger is something you're born with, but being a real chameleon is it's a bit of style, a bit of flair, a bit of personal pizzazz. It kind of makes hand gestures and really elevates herself.
I put my hand in my fists and kind of lean in to listen. Because she's clearly showing off. I might as well just let her have it.
The most important part is to have confidence in your new role and exude confidence and always keep track of how you act and making sure that you change up your mannerisms a bit so everyone's always slightly off guard as to what you're doing. The biggest mistake anyone makes in disguise is they let it drop too quickly. Hold out to the end. Confidence is how you get someone to listen. And it also helps to have the right type of spell. She takes a scroll out and offers it to you.
I take it and roll it.
It is essentially a scroll that lets you turn into a humanoid race that you've seen before. But unlike most common polymorphs and disguises, it's a lot more potent.
Specify.
Essentially, you can transform similar to how she does it, and it becomes like your new form. It is, to put it lightly, it is a bastardized form of reincarnate.
Mm-hmm. What is the level of this one?
It is a level 3 spell, and the effects last for forever, since it's a bastardized reincarnate. It's mostly cosmetic, like your stats don't change or anything, but...
Okay, well, yeah. At the very least, the mental stats wouldn't change. Physical might.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess I have a lot of mannerisms to learn. How long would it take for me to put the spell into my book and learn it?
Couple of days. It's a pretty complex spell for what it's worth.
Okay, that's fair enough. Are you cool with me staying here for a couple of days?
She shrugs. As long as you don't snore. And I'll teach you some
fine.
more about keeping disguise going.
I'll sleep outside. Yeah, this is probably a bonus to like a stealth check or something like that.
I'd sooner say disguise checks.
Fair enough. Well, it's not like that. Well, yeah, they will probably recognize me if I do like, if I try to peck somebody in the human form. Damn, it's probably going to be really weird without the beacon in the field of vision.
So I've made a few changes to your skill checks for disguise. You can now use your intelligence for one. And it's also a class skill, and you had a rank available, so I just plumped that in there.
Let me look at it. Is it like a double class?
What? No, a skill!
Oh,
disguise
it's
is a skill!
There we go. Yeah.
You now have a 10 modifier to disguise.
Oh, heck.
Because she like, as you're writing things down, she gives you like a thorough rundown on how to change your mannerisms a bit, how to throw off people that know you, like what people tend to look out for. She makes you much more, you become very self-conscious as she makes you aware of like tiny things you're doing yourself.
Yeah.
Like she's not like, she's basically tearing you down as to who you are and how you appear to others.
Wow. That is thorough. That is thorough. Holy crap.
Well, she's been doing this for a long time.
Well, for as long as she was alive, I would imagine. Or he, or whatever the form. Whatever her true form is.
It's very convincing. So yeah, you now can very easily like bluff your way through situations. She also teaches you like a couple of things for like bluffing, like some basic instructions. on how to like use your brain instead of your natural force of personality.
Hmm.
She like gives you the confidence to act like that.
Okay, that is fair enough, I suppose. I'd have to put a few points into that at the next level up.
Like she gives you the full rundown on like if you want to make a quick excuse, like make something simple, make something vague, and buy yourself time to think up a better excuse. You know.
Hmm. Okay, well, I'm gonna try my best to actually follow suit with this.
Now, since you're going on a
Yeah.
big old treasure hunt and you're probably gonna get some problems, I think you're gonna do a little extra oomph.
What do you
So
mean?
we're gonna end the session here as you
Okay.
spend at least a week, like getting a full rundown, getting reference materials and books on like disguises and such.
And cultures, I would imagine.
Yeah, you get some pointers on like other cultures and how to hold different cultures because people when you start acting differently in bigger ways and small ways tends to throw people off faster.
Yeah.
Um, she gives you those books and instructions, and as that happens, you gain a level for one,
Okay.
and you also gain a mythic rank because she shares some of her own mythic power with you.
Are you sure this is a good idea?
What that she gives you power
Mm-hmm.
in character or out of character?
In character.
Well, she to put it simple, it's not much from her. Like she has a lot of power. She is the lady of many faces. She
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have that title lightly, shall we say? Um,
Right.
but more importantly, like she not just can she miss it, but she's like, you're gonna fix this. It's gonna be a great story, you know.
Yeah, well, if I survive this, I'll be sure to come along.
And you'll be giving it back.
Yeah, okay.
Oh frick! I,
That
I
makes
just
sense.
remembered. I don't know if I can teach you how to give it back. Well, that's my bad. It's on
Can
me.
you take
Holds
it
up your hands.
back?
My bad. So the thing is, because she's a chameleon, she can do a lot of impersonations. She knows how to give it to you, but she can't like teach you how to give it back. Like
Do
she's
I
giving
know
you a
how
mythic
to give
rank,
it
but she
back?
doesn't know how to take it back. Is the problem?
There is a particular spell that allows me to actually give my mythic power to other people.
Sure, you'll have to learn that spell first, though.
Well, it's not a spell, it's probably like a feat or something, I think. But yeah,
Anyway,
you can have it back whenever I actually manage to learn that.
so you're gonna get your fancy level ups, and we're gonna call it quits for the session.
Sure.
Next time, the
That
Heart of
was
Medina.
neat. Yes, we're gonna steal the heart of Adina.
Where are you gonna go to figure it out so I can prepare some stuff?
Well, first things first, I would probably attempt to test drive my disguise, turn myself into a human, probably, and at the very least visit the Earth and see what's up with that.
Okay.
Then, after that, I would probably head over through Tomoe to the capital.
Okay. Going off the map.
Yeah. Is it bad? Is it
Nope.
good?
Nope. Nope. We just won't have a map.
Okay, that's fair enough. Would head to the capital at the very least. It is probably going to be a very, very brief visit, just to simply test the waters, I would say.
Learn where Lord Fairmont is.
Yeah,
Lady. God damn it.
lady, yes. Where the Lady Firmat is, and whether or not any. Do we have the title of Prisma?
The what?
The Prisma.
What's with him?
Do we know his title?
Master. There's no like
He should-
specific title associated with him. He's just a very
Yeah, but
doctor, you know, like he's a professor.
yeah, well, maybe he showed up one day, like he went on an expedition or something, or a business trip, and then he showed up later.
He
You know.
he is a renowned expert on ley lines. He has titles.
Okay, so then maybe Dr. Prisma actually showed up in the capital or somewhere. You know,
Okay.
he recently returned. That would at the very least confirm my suspicions that he actually survived.
Hee hee. So, goodbye,
Yes.
everyone.
Goodbye, folks. Thanks for tuning in. It was neat.
Yay.
Laughs were had. Morale was improved. Morale was improved.
Yay.
And we're ending it on a very interesting note. Dang.
Yep.
Well, this is going to be one of those. I forgot the name. Hmm. Hmm. Let me check.
Oh, since we're doing automatic bonus progression, I think you get some cool stuff now.
Yes, because it's level 10. It's a nice round number. But yeah, Bonnie and Clyde.
You get a +4 to a. You get your +2 in physical stat goes up to +4. Your mental
Plus
prowess
2.
increases.
Wait, my physical, I get +4 in total?
Whatever you put your physical prowess +2 in that you get from the automatic bonus progression goes up to +4.
Huh. So
Other
instead of
than
plus
that, I
2,
think you
I'll
get
get...
level 4 spells now. And level.
I'm not sure about level 10. Let me check the Magus page.
Yep, and you also get fighter training. Some BAB, your saves go up, your good saves at least.
Yep, +7, +2. My fortitude save is +10. My reflex save is still +2. Oh, +3. And the will save is +7. Nice. I also get fighter training. What the heck is that?
I think you just get to use your mage's level as fighter level. Yeah.
Starting
Here,
level 10, mages counts as 1.2 of his total magus levels as his fighter level for the purposes of qualifying for feats. Nice, so now I can pick more combat feats.
yep. What else do you get at level 10? I think Mythic Tier 5 gives you another ability score increase or something, or a feat. Level 10 does not offer you anything exciting in terms of increases or feats, so that's kind of sad. But what does Mythic give you?
Did you stop the stream, by the way?
Well,